Cup itself, with was it Pat Kenny and
let's say some prayers for Pat Kenny, the former Simon Diamond. He's suffered a minor stroke, apparently, from what I
it's so
saw.
hard to call him by his real name because I just don't.
I know.
But
yes.
yeah, so prayers for him definitely, and Billy Corrigan, so they replayed that again. There were some matches on there. Then they talked a little bit about with Billy about what happened with Trevor losing the championship, and he with Cardona being the new guy, and all that stuff. So it just more of a build up to the Crockett Cup, which is what we expected.
So let's dive in. We're not going to handicap the whole bracket. We're not going to pick every match in the bracket. We're not doing that. What we'll do is we're going to read off the brackets again. It looks like based on what I see on Wikipedia, tonight actually, as you're listening to the show, tonight, night one will be nothing but tag matches. The entire first round and the play-in for who will face La Rebellion in the first round will be tonight, and all the first round matches. And then tomorrow, Sunday night will be all the other title matches, and then the quarters and the semis and the final. So here it is. So tonight, night one, we have the 4-team play-in to determine who will face the number one seed, our world tag team champions, La Rebellion, in the first round. So it is Violence is Forever, the Bad News Boys, the Rip City Shooters, and the Heat Seekers. I don't really care who wins this match because they're not beating La Rebellion, so we won't even bother. But I'm sure it'll be a fun little match. Listen, it's like the play-ins in Dayton during the tournament. Although Notre Dame yesterday beat ND beat Alabama, and they were playing. So, but it's Notre Dame. It's not like a 16 seed. It'll be a fun little match. 4 young teams throwing themselves all over the place. I'm sure it'll be entertaining enough. Good way to start the show. But the winner of that match immediately will face La Rebellion, the number one overall seed, and our world's.
Well, again, here's a chance for a young team to prove themselves.
Exactly.
And show that they could go.
So the rest of the first round looks like this. The End, Odinson and Parrow will take on Hawks Airy.
I'm actually looking forward to that match.
I'm
actually looking forward to seeing Hawks Airy. Something tells me there's going to be some kind of turn eventually. But father and son.
Son turns on father. After they wrestled each other in the World Junior Heavyweight tournament, maybe. Strictly Business, Chris Adonis, Tom Latimer will take on Gold Rush, which is 2 members of Idol Mania Sports Management, Jordan Clearwater and Marche Rocket. The British Invasion, as it is at the moment, Doug Williams and Harry Smith, both British Bulldog son, replacing Nick Aldis, will take on the Ill Begotten, some combination of Alex Taylor, Captain Yuma, Jeremiah Plunkett, and Rush Freeman. Mims and the Pope will take on the Cardonas, Mike Knox and VSK. The OGK, the OGK and the Fixers already wrestled, and the Fixers won. So the Fixers are waiting. The Fixers, Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky, they won their match from the OGK at Power Trip. So they will await. They're in the quarterfinals already, and they will take on the winner of the Mims Pope Cardonas match. Also, former World Tag Team Champions Aaron Stevens and Kratos will take on the Dirty Sexy Boys of Dirty Dango and JTG. And to wrap up the first round, the Briscoe brothers, of course, the greatest tag team in ROH history, will take on a team called The Now, Hale Collins and Vic Dalicious. So we're not going to handicap the whole bracket. We're not going to do that. But who do you most likely think we will see in the finals? Who will be the last 2 teams standing tomorrow night in the finals to win the cup?
I think La Rebellion's going to be there though.
Okay.
Could be wrong. but
I disagree, but that's okay. So you like them at the top. Who do you like at the bottom?
the Briscoes.
So you think the top 2 seeds move on to the end?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Strictly Business. I think Adonis Latimer will upset La Rebellion in the semifinals and take on the Briscoes in the final, and I think they win.
I can't. I think the Briscoes have to go to the end now. I feel that for them to be on the show. I think people want to see La Rebellion. I don't have that Spanish way of saying it.
La Rebellion.
Yeah, you
I know it's kind of like John Miller when he used to say Antonio
Rebellion.
Espinosa.
And yeah, La Rebellion and the Briscoes. I just
Okay.
I think that's what everybody wants to see. That's what I want to see, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing the Briscoes in the NWA, to be honest.
I do too. I love Jay and Mark. I mean, they're like the Dudley Boys of Ring of Honor, pretty much. But I have a feeling that Tom Latimer is going to get paid back for jobbing to Nick Aldis twice. So I think Strictly Business upsets La Rebellion in the semifinals, and they.
I listen. That's a good pick. I mean, I'm probably going to be wrong. I think the Briscoes will be there.
Wouldn't surprise me if La Rebellion's there. Hey, I can easily see Strictly Business losing in the semis to La Rebellion, and then Latimer and Adonis coming out and costing La Rebellion the finals match. I can easily see the Briscoes walking out with the cup. Why not?
Yeah, and
just
because
ROH is owned by AEW now.
Hawks Aries in their match at the end. I think there's going to be something that happens.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that.
But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't going to be La Rebellion for me, it would probably be Strictly Business. But I'm definitely going Briscoes all the way in the other bracket.
In the bottom,
mm-hmm.
I think there's 2 schools of thought here. I agree with you on the Briscoes going all the way to the end. On the bottom, I think La Rebellion will face Strictly Business in the semifinals. If La Rebellion wins, I think they win the tournament. If Strictly Business pulls off the upset, scratch that. If Strictly Business beats La Rebellion, they beat the Briscoes and win the tournament. If La Rebellion faces the Briscoes in the final, I think the Briscoes win because I think Strictly Business will cost them the titles. And I think that leads to a feud between La Rebellion and Strictly Business, and that eventually leads to Adonis and Latimer becoming the tag team champions down the line. I think Tom Latimer is going to get his.
I think too. Now, if it's a La Rebellion and the Briscoes, that's a tough one because are the Briscoes just coming in for a one-shot deal?
Oh yeah.
So if they are,
well, don't forget, technically they're free agents. Technically, Ring of Honor has no roster. If you remember, they cleared out the contract. So all Tony Khan bought was the property and the library. He has no obligation of contracts, except maybe the champions like Gresham and Dalton Cat. I guess I don't know though. But anybody else,
almost
all
similar
the contracts
to
are clear.
when Vince bought WCW.
Yeah. So technically, the Briscoes are free agents. I mean, if the Briscoes stuck around in the NWA, oh my god, would that tag division be fucking amazing? Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm having a tough time picking a winner here. I mean, I could see La Rebellion pulling off the upset since they're an NWA team.
Want to know something funny? I was watching ahead on my TNA watching for the main event, and I think it was the March 12th, 2003 episode. The opener had Bestia 666 pretty much as a kid. This was, 18 years ago? Almost 19 years ago. And he was in the opening match. It's pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, you know what? Let's... Oof. For some reason, something's telling me to go with La Rebellion. even though I like the Briscoes a lot. But
I mean, you don't have to be the tag team champions to win the Crockett Cup. That means nothing. I mean, think of the Crockett Cup winners back in the past. None of them were tag team champions.
No, I don't think that's the case. I just think if you're gonna if the Briscoes are gonna stay and do stuff for the NWA, fine. But I think when you're booking your program, you want to see an NWA team win it. I would think if I'm owning the NWA, I mean, even though you're borrowing talent, you want your guys to show that they're the best.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah.
I think this is the best way that we broke this down. I think to sit there and go through each match, we could do that, but I think by picking who we wanted already, I mean, I think both of us have great theories. It's just a matter of seeing how it all shakes out, and we could be totally wrong when we're down.
I know.
I mean, doing the recap show Sunday night, we might be totally. I
do feel comfortable, though. I have to say, though, I do feel comfortable that the Briscoes are going to go all the way to the end on the bottom half. To me, it's a question of I really like Strictly Business and La Rebellion in the semis, and I think it all depends on where that match goes. So we'll see. But I like the Briscoes through the final, and then take on the Now in the first round tonight, which I think they'll win. Obviously, then they would play Listen to me, it's like the tournament. Then they would take on in the quarters the winner of Stevens Kratos and the Dirty Sexy Boys, and then in the semis, if they advance, they would take on a combination of Mims, Pope, Cardonas, Fixers, OG. Well, they're not OGK. Either the Fixers, Mims, and the Pope, or the Cardonas they would take on in the semis if they got that far. So, all right.
Isn't that what they call you in JR, the Dirty Sexy Boys?
The Dirty Sexy, yes.
That was the original name of your show.
And at work, JR, Rotella and I are the Fixers. He's not a dirty, sexy boy. He's more like a mushroom. Anyway, that's what I think.
Oh my gosh.
I like the Silverback. All right. So that apparently is what night one is tonight. It's all tags. It's the entire first round of the tournament. That's tonight. Now tomorrow night, Sunday night, night 2, we will have the quarters, the semis, and the final of the tournament. But on top of that, we have 6 title matches. All the NWA championships are on the line on Sunday, tomorrow night. You ready?
All right. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. The NWA World Women's Tag Team titles are on the line. The Hex, Allison Kay, Marty Bell, they've held the belt since NWA 73, taking on a team called Pretty Empowered, a team of Ella Envy and Kenzie Page. I think this is going to be a great match. I think the Hex retain because down the line, I think it's still going to be with the Hex and Kylie Ray. And
Kenzie Page is all over the place.
She really is. She is. But I still think there's unfinished business between the Hex and the team of Kylie Ray and Tootie Lynn. I think that's still something going on down the line. So I
agree with you. Hex is going to retain.
I think they are too. I think this match is going to be violent, physical. I think we may see some gigging.
This actually may be the most violent match of the evening.
I think it will
be. Of the whole weekend, actually.
I think so, too. The NWA National Championship on the line. Your champion, Anthony Mayweather, who, of course, beat Chris Adonis at Power Trip, taking on his old nemesis, his old friend, Jax Dane. I can't see Jax Dane winning this. I can't see poor Anthony Mayweather dropping the belt after, pretty much a month. I could see this ending in a schmaz, like a DQ.
I think this feud's going to continue. I'm going to go with Mayweather myself. I think, like I said, I think it's going to be just a violent match. I think it's some kind of schmaz at the end, but I think we're going to get a good one. This could be a sleeper match where we really could say it's one of the best matches of the 2 nights.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Something tells me. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I agree. No, I mean, this is a blood feud. This is a blood feud.
Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be no scientific, 5-star, no. This is.
No, they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Jack Stain, of course, a former national champion. But I like Anthony Mayweather to retain. I think it's going to end in a DQ. I think Jack Dane's going to pummel the shit out of him. And I do agree that I think this feud's going to continue through the spring into the summertime. Now, see, this match kind of makes no sense. The NWA World Television Championship on the line. Your champion still, Tyrus, taking on Rodney Mack, the husband of Jazz. A little thuggin' and buggin'. Why Rodney Mack is who has not really wrestled much. He wrestled like one match on NWA USA after he went after Jack Stain, who insulted his wife on Power. Why Rodney Mack is getting a title match, I don't understand. We have all these guys. Now, the only reason I think they're doing it is because a decent hunk of the roster is in the tag tournament. So they probably need
I think that's definitely part of it. But
yeah,
I mean, Tyrus.
I mean,
who would you like to have seen? Probably.
Well, I would love to see Mims. I think Mims, but Mims is in the tournament with the Pope. But we got to remember the Lucky Seven. And Tyrus has had to have won 6 matches already. I think this is the 7th match.
You know what? I think you might be right.
I think if Tyrus wins this match, he hits the Lucky Seven and he automatically gets a shot at Sweet Charlotte.
Yeah, I think Tyrus is going to win this one, though.
Why do I feel like this is a weird Billy?
Like Austin Idol is going to have something to do with it.
Yeah. I just have an odd feeling this is going to be a weird Billy thinking out of his head thing. And I can easily see Rodney Mack pulling off an upset and winning the TV title here. I don't know why. This seems like a weird Billy Corgan thinking with his, smashed pumpkin. I don't know. Logic would tell you.
I mean, anything could happen, but I don't think so.
Logic would tell you Tyrus would win this match. But this just seems to be that kind of match that Billy Corgan will think out of his head. I don't know.
Well, they listen to our show, so maybe they may be changing it right now.
Maybe. We know they listen to our show because it's the best NWA podcast in the world. That's why. Better than the nose. What did Sean call them? The nose, snotty nose, and the doofus. I don't remember what he named it. Anyway, all right, we have a 3-way triple threat match for the NWA World Women's Championship. The hardest working person in this company, Camille, taking on Kylie Rae and now Chelsea Green, Mrs. Cardona, as he foisted her into the match because he calls the shots now as world champion.
You know me, I'm not big on the 3-ways, but I think this is going to be pretty decent.
I do too. I do believe that Camille is slowly turning babyface. But very slowly. It's going to be a nice, slow burn. Remember slow burns, Dr. G? When you marinated a storyline for some time. Remember back in the day when that was something? We all thought that Well,
look at the whole thing with Stevens
and Kratos. We thought they were going to beat the shit out of each other.
I know, it's still kind of going on. So, yes, I believe that's going to be the case here. I think Camille, just by the nature of her, it's one of those babyface turns that just kind of just marinated. It was not. I don't think it was a planned thing.
No, I have a feeling that the only way I could see an upset here is I could see Natalia Markova coming out, costing Camille the match, and Chelsea Green becomes the women's champion.
Ooh.
Which gets me to a match we'll talk about in a few minutes.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Camille, though.
Okay. I'm actually going to I'm going to go for the upset because I think Natalia Markova is going to cost Camille the match.
Markova's going to have something to do with it.
But don't forget, Camille can lose. That's why I think they made this a 3-way. Camille can lose the match without being pinned. I think
it's a fair point
that Camille will be distracted by Natalia.
You know what? I mean, you're almost convincing me, but I'm just going to stay with it because I don't want to look like I'm jumping on a bandwagon. But now you're saying,
I think.
Let's put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised if she lost it, but I still think she's going to retain it. I'm going to stick with my gut.
Yeah, I think Natalia Markova is going to distract Camille, and Chelsea Green's going to pin Kylie Rae and become the women's champion.
It could be, but I think the better match would be with Camille with the championship against Markova.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. Let's see.
But that
Let's see.
depends
Let's
on
see.
what happens at the end of the night. But we'll get to that in a
Yeah,
second. Now, for maybe one of the most anticipated matches of this entire pay-per-view, because it's been pumped up for weeks and weeks and weeks, we will finally have a new NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. The Big Four-Way.
and it's
Austin
not going to be
Aries.
you.
It's not going to be me. Nope. Will it be Denny Brown? Will Denny Brown be there to
He
present
should be
the
the
belt?
special guest referee.
I should be the special guest referee.
No, Denny Brown should be.
Denny Brown. Oh, I thought you said I should be. That'd be great if I was the special guest referee. Maybe I should be the special guest referee for the Camille, Kylie Ray, and Chelsea Green match. Austin Aries, Homicide, Darius Lockhart, and Colby Carino. A four-way match to determine the World Junior Heavyweight Champion. I said all along that I think this is Colby Carino's match to win, but I got a weird feeling. I've been starting to feel weird about this now. I have a weird feeling they're going to give it to Austin Aries. I feel like if he's sticking around, I think Billy wants to have a name guy with that belt for the time being, to kind of give it a little cachet before giving it to somebody.
You know what? That was my original pick, but because I think I got to have some fun tomorrow, I'm going to go with Colby.
I've been wanting Colby the whole time because I think he's ready. He's ready.
I know, but you know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of picking what everybody would think is kind of like the favorite. So I want to go a little. I think you're right. I think what you're saying about Austin Aries totally makes sense. But sometimes Billy does think. No, I'm gonna stick with Colby. I'm gonna go with Colby.
Okay, I'm actually gonna say Austin Aries. I have a feeling that I have been saying Colby all along, but I don't think it's punishing him. I just think that if Austin Aries is sticking around, I think he's the kind of guy that could give that junior title some cachet for the time being until guys get pumped up. So we'll see. And finally, the big one. I'm looking at the belt right now, sitting right above my UNH helmet. Sweet Charlotte. The grandest championship of them all. Air Doctor. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Matt Cardona, the National Treasure Nick Aldis, and the special guest referee JEFF JARRETT. Ha ha. Ain't I great? Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, this is a tough.
I don't know where they're going to go with this because I can't.
No, I can't see Cardona losing it this fast.
Yeah, and I have a feeling there is still unfinished business between Aldis and Tom Latimer.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think Cardona's going to win, and I think Latimer is going to cost Aldis to win.
I do.
Really do.
I do.
And something's going to happen with Jarrett, and either getting distracted or
Camille comes out or something. But I think Tom Latimer, particularly if they don't win the tournament, if they make it to the final and lose to the Briscoes and Latimer's pissed off, I would not be surprised if he beats the shit out of Nick Aldis after this match, and Matt Cardona retains the World's Championship.
Yeah. I think Cardona is going to keep it.
I do too. I don't think Nick Aldis is the guy meant to. Because who's the guy that Matt Cardona ultimately will get his comeuppance against? The Pope. Matt Cardona, at some point in 2022, I don't think it'll be at When Our Shadows Fall. I have a feeling Matt Cardona is going to hold this belt until NWA 74, and he will drop the belt to the Pope. That's my take. Anyway, there's your picks, folks. There's your breakdown.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're obviously not on the first night's.
No, let me give you the breakdown. Tonight, night one, on the Place to Be Nation Twitch feed, you will be grossly entertained, and that's a good thing, I mean, by the Kettle Man, Callum McDougall, and the treasure himself, Sean Kidd. They'll be on the Twitch feed tonight. They may be a special guest joining them. I'm not going to say who, but there might be a special guest joining them. We'll see. Then tomorrow night for night 2, Callum cannot be available, but join Sean and myself and the doctor will be joining you tomorrow night for night 2. The doctor and I have a family obligation tomorrow night, so we both cannot make tonight's.
But you bet your damn ass when that thing's over, we'll be watching it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be watching night 1.
Have to stay off all the chats.
Yes, we'll have to shut it off, and then the doctor and I will be with Sean Kidd tomorrow night for night 2, and then join the doctor and I. And if Sean wants to stick around, he can. For the which will drop Monday morning on the PTB Wrestling Network feed, the Crockett Cup reaction special. It is going to be a fun weekend, folks. We're looking forward to this pay-per-view for a long time, and this is almost like the Royal Rumble, because I think the NWA's anniversary show in August, I think that's their WrestleMania. I think this is their Royal Rumble.
Yep. The NWA 2022 Crockett Cup from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes. And then
you like that sound to it?
I do. And then I think the next pay-per-view will be early June, like it was last year. I just pray he doesn't call it When Our Shadows Fall, because that's terrible. And then I think, of course, late August, we will have, of course, NWA 74. And I think they will have another Empower women's pay-per-view, all women's pay-per-view, which I thought went great last year. That was a fantastic show.
It was.
This roster can certainly handle another pay-per-view. I don't think there's any question about that. So that's it, everybody. We hope you enjoyed our Crockett Cup preview special. You can follow me on Twitter at Scott C. Podfather. Follow the doctor on Twitter at Dr. GPTB. But please follow the brand on Twitter at PTBN Wrestling. We've had a great week, everybody. Fresh episode of The Pedestal earlier this week. The guys were with Andy Atherton. They watched Hulk Hogan and The Rock from WrestleMania 18. Through the Looking Glass dropped this week. Back on Thursday, myself and Dave Hall, a special WrestleMania episode. We kind of pseudo rebooked 2 WrestleMania cards based on feud changes and alternate thinking. And then, of course,
you could get through a half day of work listening to that. It
was a long one. Not going to lie. It was a long one. But we're only monthly, so you got a whole month to listen before the next episode. And it was a lot of fun. Dave's awesome. So great show through the Looking Glass. And, of course, after a lot of technical snafus and glitches, Place to Be Nation's main event finally dropped. Just listen to it and you'll understand why. It was a great episode, but it was a kind of a technical mess. We got a good week this week coming up. New episode of the Place to Be podcast Monday. JR and I were with Rocco Martone, who made his debut, and we did Cyber Sunday 2007. So check that out. You got to listen, by the way, Doctor. Dr. G and I were in the radio business. You need to listen to that show because you have to listen to Rocco Martone's voice. He sounds like a guy that would have worked in the city back in the 70s on NEW or PLJ. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I have to listen.
You got to listen to Rocco's voice. He's awesome. Rocco's a great guy. Glad we finally got to do a show with him. So check that out. That'll drop this Monday. Newest episode of the Place to Be podcast. $5.99. JR and I and Rocco Martone, we did Cyber Sunday 2007. Also, new episode of Highway to the Impact Zone this week. New episode of NWA Crock and Roll this week as well, coming up. So
that's right.
And then Dr. G and I, of course, will be back with you next Saturday for a fresh episode of the Saturday Special. And we will talk post-mortem about what the future will be the next couple of months out of the Crockett Cup. So, by the way, one last thing. Special congratulations to NWA alumnus Thunder Rosa, who is the new AEW Women's Champion. She beat Britt Baker
Congratulations
Wednesday night on Dynamite in a cage. And now, Doctor, Tony Khan is finally booking I waited him out. And now he's got my favorites as champions. All of them. From Hangman Page to Scorpio Sky to Baby Dylan and Luchasaurus to Jade Cargill and now Thunder Rosa. All 5. Fine. About time, Rick Moranis, you listen to me. Anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
Have a wonderful day, everybody, on this Saturday. We'll talk to you tonight. I'm sure Callum will probably fire the Twitch up probably about 6:45. And Callum and Sean will be with you tonight for night 1. And then Sean, myself, and the doctor will be with you tomorrow night for night 2. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the Crockett Cup. We'll be talking to you throughout the weekend. I'm Scott. He's the doctor. This is the NWA Saturday Special, and they're not.
Absolutely. Ciao.
place to be, Wrestling Network fans. We are now less than 10 minutes away from a show that has been in the making for 2 years. Welcome to the 2022 Crockett Cup Night 1 live watch here on the Place to Be Nation, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and any other place that you can find it. We're also live on Facebook. Welcome to each and every single person who may be in the chat right now. We welcome you with open arms. We hope you enjoy what is going to be an excellent show tonight, and hopefully you enjoy our alternative insight and commentary into the show. Normally, for those who are returning from the NWA shows, you will hear not only myself, Callum McDougall, but you will normally hear Sean Kidd, Scott Crisco, and Dr. G. Scott and Dr. G are unavailable tonight. They will be back with us tomorrow. Scott, as heard on the £10 of gold preview briefly this week, which was very exciting for everyone here. Sean will be joining us a bit later on. He has a prior engagement which he must, for whatever reason, undertake, but he will be joining us later on. But we will have a very special guest with us, join us very soon. An NWA noob, so go easy on him, everyone out there. We'll hold his hand through it as best we can, but we will certainly he's no stranger to diving in head first into these types of shows, and we have him. Oh, I thought we had him there. He was briefly there. He has since not gone. He is good. He is normally he's quite happy to dive headfirst into the unknown on the calls that we have, or the live watches that we have. That is the very man there. Joining us, fellow special relation and GCW expert. It's Ben Locke. How are you tonight, sir?
Good evening, Callum. Well, yeah, I'm thinking, expanding my horizons here. This is going to be rather wonderful. I get the feeling. It's a very reasonable price point for us. 15 quid for both nights. I'm like, I'll do. I'm into that.
Oh yeah, I think I put it on. I think I put it on Twitter last night. That £15 as it is for us Brits. As for 2 nights, and going by what we've had, what the NWA have given us before on pay-per-view, it's practically theft, I feel.
Well, I'm not the biggest watcher of the NWA, but that doesn't mean to say that I'm not going to appreciate it. But I'm sort of like, I'm expanding my cultural horizons. So here we go. If I'm going to be stuck on an island thing, I don't particularly modern day the other one, then I might as well start watching other stuff at the time.
Well, we've had this conversation before, haven't we, Ben? You might not be overly interested in current day WWE, but there is something for everyone. So welcome into the bosom of the NWA tonight, sir.
Thank you. Well, and also I've also got to say, I know it's not ending tonight, but I am fully on board with that main event. That is fit pretty much 15 quid right there, if I'm being honest. Everything else is just a happy bonus.
Oh yeah, I mean it should be an absolute corker of a night. So I hope everyone enjoyed the preview that we put out beforehand. That was from the NWA Saturday special from this morning. Drops every Saturday morning. A current day NWA recap show, which didn't miss a week during the pandemic, and when the NWA was out of commission for about 10 months. Scott and Dr. G just kept rolling. But they put out, they went through the card, and stacked card tonight of tag matches, and yes, we're meant to be getting the NWA championship match tonight. But that looks as if it's on night 2 now, according to Wikipedia, the hub of all knowledge. But certainly it was meant to be night 1, so if we're just going to... I certainly am going to play it as if it's going to come on tonight. And somebody's updated the Wikipedia wrongly.
Well, I've got to, I hate to disappoint you, but I did put the preview show on just, and he did say, and Aldous came out and said it's night 2.
Well, that's very disappointing from the national treasure there. But however, there is going to be some excellent tag action. Well, we get the Briscoe brothers, of course, making their technically making their NWA debut, but they were in the Crockett Cup. What would it be now? 3 years ago, when it was co-promoted with Ring of Honor. You've got Doug. Something for us, Ben. Doug Williams and Davey Boy Jr.
Yes, I'm aware of them two gentlemen.
Yes. Doug Williams still looks like a man who he came out on Hard Times 2, and he doesn't look any different. He's always looked like an old man, but still looks as if he could take your head off. And
bit like William Dafoe. He's looked like 55 the entirety of his life.
He has. It was well, we were talking about Arn Anderson on the other night, and he is the British Arn Anderson. He's always looked about 45. But if you haven't seen it, Ben, I wonder if it might be on the NWA YouTube. He faced Colby Carino at Hard Times 2 back in December, and Colby did a suicide dive to Doug on the outside, who like wound up this massive elbow and hit him right in the jaw. It was disgusting.
Ooh.
But or it was like an uppercut. It was absolutely disgusting. But one to watch there. But no, what a guy. Good to see him getting another one.
Yes. 30-second warning. Here we go.
Here we go.
I mean, I've got to say as well. I need to keep this. I need to keep this run of watching Jeff Jarrett on pay-per-view up. So that's the other reason I brought this show, of course.
Of course. I mean, how not a week goes by where you can't watch Jeff Jarrett? Here we go. So I'm down to the 0 seconds now.
Yeah, it's telling me to press play on fight, so I'm getting myself on. With the old fight chat club, which makes some of the Twitter groups look like open university sessions.
Oh, I know. I've unfortunately seen a few of them before, and it's not good.
Well, we just got a blank screen, so obviously nothing's happening yet.
Ah, right. I'm good. I'm glad I've got the blank screen as well. I went out to come back in again. Right, I've got the copyright on it. Nice memorial screen for Scott Hall there. Moment of silence for the bad guy.
It's my volume. Sorry, I thought I was wondering why the volume was up there, but I thought I turned it down. I do apologise, everybody.
Not at all. There was a.
Why is that still turned? There we go. So I want to preface this by saying yes, I don't watch the NWA. However, I do know who most of these people are, so I'm not going to be like totally dumb.
Well,
I might not know storylines or whatever, but I do know who the people are at least.
Well, that's the good thing about the NWA now. They have amassed quite a nice roster of guys. Slowly but surely, amassed quite a nice roster of guys.
Yeah. Well, it's something we've mentioned before on the special relations, isn't it? Like say, it's the options that are available to people now. You can go wherever. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different places in North America alone you can go to.
Oh, absolutely, and it's guys like.
So they're all sorry, Callum. That's a rather lovely cup right there.
It is. Looks a bit like the Champions League trophy.
not as watched as the Stanley Cup, as officious. Oh, don't fall over! Please don't fall over, David.
There's the main man. There he is.
Hello, guys.
Oh, and just as David Crockett shows up, here comes Mr. Sean Kidd.
Yeah, hey, that was well timed. I did that on
here we
purpose.
go.
I did it on purpose.
Sean, you have surprised me. You have surprised the people listening. I said that you weren't going to be out for another while yet. So, welcome.
No, thank you. It's good to be here. As a Crockett fan, I thought I at least needed to try to get on somewhat on time tonight, even though it is 2022 NWA. But Crockett Cup doesn't matter when it is; it's always a big event for me. So this is kind of. I watched the pre-show. Did either one of you gents watch the pre-show? Ben, by the way, nice to have you on. Hello.
Hello, Sean. No, I didn't watch it, I'm afraid. I thought I was watching it live. It turned out I'd started it back at 11 o'clock, so I switched it off quite quickly.
And Colin, did you see the pre-show or no?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to see it because I was trying to put it on, but then when I put it on the computer, the stream started to lag. When I tried to put it on the laptop, it sounded as if the laptop was about to explode. So I've now got the show on the tablet, and we're kicking on. So enlighten us. What went down? As the kids say.
So what's this guy? Jake Dumas, Magic Jake Dumas. I guess is somebody that's been on the USA show. I guess the NWA USA show. Mm-hmm. Interesting gimmick. Reminded me a little of Kazarni or whatever. What was that guy back in the day in the WWF? Kazarni, was that his name?
Kazarni, that was it. Yeah.
So he reminded me of him a little bit. He beat one of the who did he beat? Umas, I guess. Umas, whatever. From a tag team standpoint, they showed all the graphics, but then they kind of blew who won the who was going to win the buy-in match or whatever you want to call it, the play-in match. So they kind of ruined it, but. That was still a good match. The boys won that. So if you remember Ring of Honor and Dalton Castle's boys.
Oh yes.
So they look a lot like what is the MSK and NXT now. So they won that match. So they will be taking on La Rebellion tonight, which I'm sure they'll get their ass handed to them. And then the other match is the Now versus the Briscoes they had on the pre-show, and the Briscoes won. So they have moved ahead in the tournament already. So that's what happened on the pre-show.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
So I'm not going to see the Briscoes. No.
No. They'll be on. I don't know if they'll be on again tonight or not. No, probably not. No. And there's Rebellion versus. They're called the Bad News Boys. Those are the ones from Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Well, unless, who are the Fixers meant to face? Well, the Fixers going to face the Briscoes now.
No, I think it's either the Briscoes or it's either I don't know. I have to look at the brackets again.
because the Fixers are already through, so I wonder if the Briscoes will come back out later on to do the first quarter final tonight, and the Briscoes will face the Fixers tonight, possibly.
Well, they ran down the card on the pre-show too, so it sounds like a lot of the title matches aren't happening till tomorrow night.
Yeah, we said that earlier.
Yeah. Part of that is because Cardona and Chelsea are at Impact tapings in Philadelphia tonight, so that would probably be why.
Take the belt off him. Take the belt off him just for that. Put it back on Murdoch.
They're making friends and influencing people on Impact at the moment, so we're just going to finish that up.
Correct. They have a commitment there, so that's why it's night too. I at least thought we would get you know what we might get though, because we're in Nashville. We might get what's his name, Crimson versus. God damn it! What's his name?
I always forget.
Yeah, Jack Stane, which should be a pretty good match if they do that here tonight. So,
big fan here of Great Value Barbarian, by the way.
No, this is the end. So Ben, you're probably not familiar with quite a few of those, I would imagine, right?
I said to Callum, I kind of know who people are, but don't ask me about storylines or angles or anything like that, because
well, here's the good news, Ben. With storyline and angles in the NWA, that's kind of like, and I don't want to make this sound like bad because I know we're big on the NWA. What I will tell you is, since they tape 4 months of TV at a time, I really feel like angles and storylines are kind of mute at this point. I mean, Colin, I don't really know how to phrase that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to phrase that.
Yeah, they sort of started off hot, and towards the end they have started to peter out a bit.
What I will say from the graphics, what I really liked is the fact that they've seeded every team. Even if I don't know who the team are, I know right. He's number 1 seed. That is excellent, but that's just a sports fan in me, I think, Tolkien.
So this should be quite good. So Hawks Airy, they're father and son. So
Yes.
The bald chappie is the father.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
and if Ben, have you seen the TV show Heels? Do they have that on over there?
No, I've heard of it, but we don't have it.
Okay, well, because the dad here has been on that TV show. That's why I was wondering if you had known that or not.
And the big lad wants in first. He's being angry.
That is Odinson. Is
that his name? Odinson.
Odinson. And then I like the I never really realized this Hawks, the young Hawks looks a little like what's the guy from American Pie? It's a little like
Jason Biggs.
He does. Look at his face. He looks a little bit like Jason Biggs. He does. They're both very good though. I mean, they're very good. They're a good team and they're actually good wrestlers, each of them. So
I was going to say he looks more like 1, 2, 3 kid era Sean Waltman, but yeah, we'll go with Jason Biggs as well.
All right, 1, 2, 3 Biggs. How's that?
1, 2, 3 Biggs. There we go. I'll do nicely.
So this is so this looks like is some kind of, I guess this is a building inside the fairgrounds, like an armory building type of thing.
Must be. I'm assuming it's the same place.
Is this the building? Yeah, I was going to say, is this the same place
I'm right.
TNA?
I was going to say this is the asylum, isn't it?
I'm assuming it is, yeah.
I guess I would assume. I guess, I'm just used to the asylum looking like the asylum. This doesn't look like the asylum. So, but I guess that was 20-some years ago at this point.
That's quite scary to think.
It is.
TNA has existed for two and a bit ECWs.
Yes, they have.
Can I do a soft plug already for this week's Special Relations column where I do my love letter to Impact?
You can.
Yes. Yes, that's coming up this week. We're recording it this week, so it'll be out at the weekend. I go into great detail about my love affair of Impact Wrestling that has lasted somehow for 20 years.
But Ben, I feel like recently, and maybe I'm wrong, have you just recently started watching like current day Impact, or have you always watched it?
No, so that's what it's going to come into. Okay. So like, and I'll mention it now. I don't mind mentioning it now. It's like, most of my things with modern day wrestling come from AEW. So like,
sure.
It all started with me when I first saw Ethan Page with Scorpio Sky. So I had no idea who Ethan Page was. So wow. It's all gone back to that, and from there.
Ethan Page was the better half of the North, if you ask me.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. You know what? If the other half loses his rematch at the next pay-per-view, then I will let you talk that trash.
Hey, I am buying that pay-per-view just on that match.
I am too. I'm very excited for that. Well, no, I'm buying it for Perazo too, whoever she might face. But yeah, no, current day Impact's pretty good. I mean, it's a good wrestling show. Not many people see it, but it's a good show. It's really good. So
it's been like I've been watching it since Hard to Kill. It's been like 2-3 months now. Really good.
Mm-hmm. And
they don't try and.
I was going to say,
I'm already a fan of this guy.
Which one? The guy in the end, the big guy, Pero.
The big guy, yeah, the big guy.
Yeah. Last thing about Impact, I will say, I mean, Josh Alexander actually carried Matt Taven to a 4-star match this past week.
So. Jesus Christ! I refuse to believe that.
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. I hate Matt Taven, so let's be clear.
I refuse to believe that, not because I'm making a joke about Josh Alexander. I refuse to believe that Matt Taven could be dragged to a 4-star match.
No, me too. I was at Madison Square Garden where he shit the bed that night, so I'm like, I agree.
Matt Taven, the champion that killed Ring of Honor.
Yes.
There's there's that match, Callum, and then there's the Motor City Machine Guns and Bullet Club, which is an absolute banger at the beginning of the show as well. Not 4 stars, but it's a banger.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so it's also interesting. So you know that. By the way, why are Taven and Bennett? Why are they called OGK? Is this because Original Kingdom? I guess is that what that's supposed to be for? Based on the
yeah.
Okay, so if I'd realized they were booked for the Philadelphia TV tapings tonight in Impact, I probably would have guessed that they wouldn't have made it to the Crockett Cup, and that's why they lost on the show a couple last month. Just FYI, they're also at the Impact taping tonight, so we see who takes priority over the NWA. Unfortunately,
That's poor. I'm sorry, that's poor. I'm being deadly serious here, right? So you're the heavyweight champion of the world for a promotion, and I don't care if it's a 2-night show. You're booked on night 1, and you decide to fuck off to another company.
Well,
That's
and I kind of agree.
poor.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, are you saying that the Digital Media Championship of Impact is more important than the NWA World Title? Because that's kind of what he's saying. Because that's his belt. He has a belt called the Digital Media Championship in Impact.
Yeah, surely they can have Great Value TV champion not show up 1 week.
but at least you get Tyrus.
Oh, great! Thanks. Oh, wonderful.
Well, obviously we don't know what's happening in the Impact taping, but you've got to think after the events of what was recorded last night, they're building up to Aldis and James versus the Cardonas at some point. So I can kind of understand. I could kind of understand why you'd have sort of 3 of them at one event and one at the other, maybe.
And by the way, I would be shocked if Mickey James didn't show up for the main event of this show tomorrow night.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I mean.
Yeah, because Chelsea's going to be there. Yeah, so it'd make perfect sense, and it could also play off what's going on with them in Impact too. Here's the other thing. I really like. I feel like we had missed opportunity. Like, by the way, this match has been pretty good. I'm not trying to undersell this.
It has been very good.
It's been really, really, really good. And actually, the
nice 2 tag matches there.
Yeah, the 2 tag matches on the pre-show were also very. Holy shit! What are they doing here? Oh, good lord!
He's going to kill that man.
Yeah, we might just go. We might just go quiet for a second.
Oh, that's a big guy. That's
so,
holy shit.
So for those who aren't watching along with us, Odinson just lifted Paro up into like a fireman's carry, and just gave him the good old John Cena AA onto Luke Hawx. The poor man is now squashed.
How much do you think Paro weighs? He's got to be pushing at least like 380 at least.
Oh, I was going to say I was going to say about 350. Yeah, so I think we're in the same ballpark there.
Hey Ben, another cool thing about Paro you might not know, and this has nothing to do with his wrestling ability. He is very openly homosexual, by the way. So that's what's also really, he's a great wrestler. He's open. He's a very open homosexual. So just to add that little element to him. So it kind of, as you can tell, not knowing, it means nothing about his wrestling ability, anything, but he's just one of those that's very open about it, doesn't hide it. So
I first Razor's Edge of the Night.
Oh my God!
Go on, do it. Do it.
No, come on, no
do
way.
It.
Oh my God!
Well done.
Wow, that's a lot of meat hitting that canvas.
One thing
I have been very impressed. I've been very impressed.
One thing I'll say about Paro, in all the matches I've seen him wrestling, he's not afraid to take a bump. You see big guys that don't that don't do that.
Yeah.
They'll either refuse to, or there's nobody that'll be able to do it to them. Paro's quite happy just to throw himself
nice
about.
Elevation on that drop kick.
As I say, Jason Biggs has some pretty nice clotheslines. Oh, that kind of missed that drop kick there.
Got some excellent hang time on it.
So going back to earlier, I was going to say the Briscoe brothers, if they move on, they will. And so Callum, you'll appreciate this because I think either way, this would be a good one. Mm-hmm. They face the winner of Aaron Stevens and Kratos versus Dango and JTG.
Oh, nice.
So either way, so Dirty Dango is, by the way, Fandango for the WWE, Ben.
Yeah.
His name is Dirty Dango. That's his new name.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
That was quite good.
And I saw Hurricanrana into a spear.
Wasn't overly convoluted.
I think I'm a little ahead of you.
Oh, so it's okay. You have that. Well, you did update your internet a few months ago. It's okay.
Oh, I like that
I
bit of
did.
continuity there. The ref didn't let them tag in, first of all, because he wasn't holding the tag rope. I am a stickler for the rules, as you know, Sean. No Tommy
Callum
Young
really
here.
is.
No Tommy Young
I do
bullshit
feel
here.
I do feel like we should have a Tommy Young appearance tonight, but I'm sure we won't.
I don't think he can, because I'm sure Cody asked him to referee the All Out title match,
Oh,
but
did he?
he can't do it because of his knees or his hip surgery or something.
Oh my God!
Oh,
I'm stunned
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
finish. I did not expect. That is
See,
not the team I expected to win.
nope.
Wow.
I even
Not at
kept
all.
quiet there.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, you need to go back and listen to it in the for anyone who wants to listen to our old live watches, they are on the archives. If you search Place to Be Nation on YouTube, all one word. In fact, it's on the screen now, just below Place to Be Nation, all one word. I was about 40 seconds ahead of Sean for NWA 73. So I knew about a minute in advance before that Trevor Murdoch had won the title.
And you kept it quiet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he did not. He did not, because I was very upset who won that title match at that show.
No,
So,
I know
yeah.
I know you're not a Murdoch fan. I'm fully aware
no,
of that.
That's an understatement. Well, so I wonder if this is going to lead to an injury angle here where they're going to be eliminated from this first round and at the end kind of beat them up. Hope not.
Yeah, the dad took a bit of a shit kicking at the end there.
Yeah, but that was a really, really good tag team match.
Oh.
I was impressed.
Yeah,
Nice opener
nice
there,
start.
yeah.
Yeah. Good start. Very good start. Well, if he can leave the ring on his own. So basically they'll just do that selling gimmick when he goes to, look, we're honored with the presence of one William Corrigan tonight. Can't hear what he's saying, nor do I care, because he only has one emotional on his face. So
I was going to say, I mean, he's never been a barrel of laughs, has he, Billy?
no. Looks
Billy
like he dressed
Corgan's-
up for the occasion tonight too.
I know.
William, is that a thing as well where he has to have his full name put up?
Well, it is the Crockett Cup. You have to have that prestige. You know how they are about three. You have three names, you're kind of king shit then.
Okay.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, William Patrick. It's. So how do we feel about Maya? I go back and forth on how I feel about whether I think she's somewhat hot or not. I'm not sure.
Oh, she's very hot, she.
Really?
Yeah.
Certainly has her moments.
Okay. All right. I can't. Yeah.
No.
Would it be at the top of the list, sure? Don't get me wrong, but she's hot, she.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm saying this like I've got any kind of chance here, Yeah, it's just,
Well,
I'm
I
watching
say
this.
that about it.
I'm watching this, and Billy Corgan could be telling her the worst news in the world, or he could be telling her that he's giving her $100,000
Oh, look, he
raise.
smiled. Look, he just smiled. He actually smiled. That's hilarious.
he looks like he's looking down at some notes though down the bottom.
Well,
And
it's hard to keep track of Smashing Pumpkins and the NWA at the same time.
Billy Corgan smashing pumpkins. Homer Simpson smiling politely. And to think this man could have owned Impact 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's no closed captioning for Fight, is there?
Don't believe so. No.
Yeah,
No.
I've been trying to look for it and I can't find it.
Not
Okay.
live. You might be able to get it on a repeat.
Like the damn Impact app, you can't get no freaking closed caption.
If anyone in the chat is watching with the sound on, please let us know what he's saying.
He's talking about Jeff Jarrett. I've just turned it up a bit.
Speaking of Impact,
Thank you.
Basically, he just mentioned what you just said. Like he tried to buy Impact, but Jeff Jarrett was the guy who stopped him.
He did. So I wonder why we didn't get any Impact teams here tonight. Good Lord. What is up with Tim Storm's tan?
I mentioned I said to Callum like before we came on the air because I don't know who anybody is. I actually said who's the guy who's been on the sunbed for far too long.
That is that is the man that Nick Aldis beat for the first time for his first NWA World Title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so there you go. So you got So the Briscoes were already through. Yes.
Yeah. So the Briscoes will face either the Dirty Sexy Boys or Kratos and Stevens. Which, by the way, either one of those teams would be okay with me.
So we've got 5 more matches So sorry, boys, I'm interrupting them. So we've only got 5 more matches tonight. Is that right, or we got more coming? Do we think?
Well, they might. Oh, this is Team Cardona, by the way. The
excellent.
Mike Knox, ECW Mike Knox.
Yes,
by the way.
Yes. Shawn Michaels' best friend.
And I don't know who the other guy is. I don't know, like who is. What's his background, Column? Do you know?
I'm just going to look it up. I'm sure he was in Impact for a while, or he was potentially in Ring of Honor for a while. I'm looking here.
Oh,
VSK.
Santa Claus at ringside. Santa Claus out there by ringside. Imagine being Mike Knox out of wrestling for all those years, and you managed to appear on 2 pay-per-views now out of nowhere.
That's quite incredible.
Oh, by the way, also got 2 world title shots at the same time. It's crazy.
Both got a very strong beard game going.
I mean, he still looks like Mike Knox. It doesn't look like he's changed too much.
Yeah.
What's Snitsky doing? They couldn't track Snitsky down.
Oh God! Don't give them
ideas. He's basically looking like a cross between Braun Strowman and Eddie Kingston, isn't he? Let's be honest.
A little bit.
He's Pope.
Yeah, so this actually should be a pretty good team. Pope and Mims. Mims is really good too. So.
Is the Big E tribute act deliberate? I'm going to ask the question right now.
I possibly. You see a little bit of Will Hobbs in Mims a little bit.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
A little bit of Hobbs look to him. I'm a big fan of Hobbs. I wish they'd do more with him too. So, but put those two together, Mims and Hobbs would be a hell of a team. Shit.
The Pope was so good. He's much better than getting knocked out by Matt Cardona's hangers on.
Yes.
Well, they're finally doing something with Keith Lee and Hobbs now, so that's good.
Oh,
yes.
Big beefy men slapping meat.
Yeah. So the Big E thing, I haven't been on any pod since that happened. That's kind of a tragedy. That's a tragedy.
Yeah.
The sick-looking spot too that he took. It was really disgusting to watch. Actually, it's hard to watch.
Well, I think we mentioned it on the special issues the special issues that we recorded the other night, which you'll hear in May. To be just give you a bit of a heads up here,
including a preview for this show,
including a preview for a show that hadn't happened yet and a review for a show that hadn't happened yet. It was.
Well, Colin, that's pretty on point considering we tape NWA Crockett Roll a month in advance every month. So it's kind of
well. Can I just tell that story, Callum? So we're live watching an episode of Nitro, so you can't edit it, right, Sean? But how did we even get onto the subject of the Crockett Cup, Cal? I can't even remember.
I think I was talking about Twitch.
Okay. So I started asking questions about it. I could just hear Rory tutting in the background. He's like. That show will have already happened 2 months after this one's run out. I was like, oh yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
So at the end, I had to plug WrestleMania Backlash, which might have also already happened by that point, and chances are we won't have watched it.
That's funny. So wait, you recorded it? Do you have an April episode or no?
Oh, I've already recorded that as well.
We've done.
Oh, it's for April.
We've basically we're doing an episode. So next week's the last one we're doing for about 3 or 4 months, I think.
Oh yeah, because of Rory. Yeah.
And then we've put 2 in the can, and then get me using all technical terms.
Gotcha.
So because we did for the April show, we did the Austin versus McMahon Raw. So we thought with the Scott Hall news, we'd go for either the Nitro when he made his debut or the one with the triple threat match with the Guns. So we went for the Nitro debut in the end.
Gotcha. Hey, who was Pope's tag team partner in ECW? Was that Sylvester?
It was called,
Sylvester?
What's it called? Oh, Turkey. Yeah.
What's Turkey doing? They couldn't pull him out of retirement?
I'm not being funny. Is he still alive?
Is he?
I think so. I'm pretty sure he is. Because am I right in thinking Pope was also with Corvon for a bit?
He was
Like
in the new
after
breed.
that, with the new breed stuff.
Oh, that would have been oh God! If they brought him out, I would have bought big for this. That would have been
Could you
amazing.
imagine?
Oh, I couldn't. I don't think I'd be able to contain myself.
Callum, I'm just warning you now. When I do that love letter to Impact, there will be about 5 minutes on Monty Brown. I'm just warning you now.
And that's one of Impact could have been AEW
Yes.
right now if they put the belt on Monty Brown. And
The biggest mistake that era of Impact ever made was not pushing him to the moon. Yep.
and then the biggest mistake in the early 2010s was then not doing the same for the Pope.
Correct. Well, yeah.
Sorry. Can I interrupt there? The biggest mistake they made in the early 2010s was not putting the belt on James Storm for a long time. That was the biggest mistake they made.
Yeah, but Pope was red hot at one point when that whole Hogan era. They totally shit the bed on Pope too, for sure. Like he was almost like I totally saw him as their version of The Rock, and they just blew it. Not as big as The Rock. That's extreme, but you know what I mean. So.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm agreeing with the boys. I do like this Mims guy. He's quite good.
He is.
And
he really is.
Started out as he's one of these. He's a bit of he's an NWA original success story because he sort of came in as just like a jobber, did he not? Right at the very pre-pandemic powers.
Yep.
And then
he's one of their pillars.
He's one of their homegrown guys.
Yeah.
I firmly believe he's one that should be taking that belt from Tyrus. That's this guy right here. He should be the one to take it from Tyrus.
Unfortunately, I know who Tyrus is.
Well,
have you seen who Tyrus is facing tomorrow, Ben?
No, here you go. Preview that for me, because I basically spent the £15 for these tag matches and Aldous Cardona.
By the way, that is so out of nowhere. I have no idea where that came from. Go ahead.
So, I'll go through the card for tomorrow for you, Ben. Right?
Okay.
So see what you've got to look forward to. I'll leave that one to last because you'll probably not believe me when I tell you. So, Matt Cardona against Nick Aldis for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
Austin Aries, Homicide, Darius Lockhart, and Colby Carino in a 4-way for the reactivated Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Well, there again is my money, bloody hell.
And by the way, Colby is underrated pretty damn good. Yeah. So, yeah.
Camille, Kylie Ray, and Chelsea Green in a 3-way for the Women's Championship. Anthony Mayweather, the artist formerly known as Crimson, against Jax Dane for the National Heavyweight Championship. The Hex versus Pretty Empowered, who's Ella Envy and Kenzie Page. Kenzie Page, who I believe has been on AEW a few times.
Yes, I know who she is. Yes,
for the World Women's Tag Team Championship and for the World Television Championship, Tyrus defends against Rodney Mack.
2003 called.
Yes.
Rodney Mack is still in some good shape though.
Could be underrated pretty good.
Is he still with Jazz?
Well, he is. Jazz is actually one of the women's producers here in the NWA.
Okay.
Oh, so wait to hear the producers that the NWA have got for the women's. It's you need to help me out here, Sean. It's Jazz, Medusa, Gail Kim, I believe is one of them, and Mickey James.
Yep. The hell of a foursome.
Yeah, that's a rush.
Again, I know. I know. We're talking about Impact. Like, Gail Kim is basically the woman's booker on Impact. Demor's give her everything, hasn't he? I should say.
Yeah, but she also does backstage stuff at the NWA too. So yeah.
See, I am learning, gentlemen. This is good.
So Medusa and Jazz and who was the other one you named, Colin?
Was it not Mickey?
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey. Yeah, so they're all involved in the NWA booking of the women's division in the NWA. By the way, you brought up the Camille title defense. I'm a little concerned about that one because I have a sneaky feeling that Chelsea Green could win it, and that might mean Cardona wins his tomorrow night. So I'm a little concerned, Colin. Now I don't have for me. I love Nick Aldis, but I also really like Cardona as the NWA champion. I'm a little torn on who to pick in that match tomorrow night.
I don't mind Cardona as the NWA champion. I do not want Chelsea Green to be the women's champion.
But I feel like if he keeps the title, that's going to be an unfortunate chain of events just to happen.
I think so. I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
If we're right with that mixed tag, they're going to have them as champions going into it.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm worried about. And then you got So,
and also
that'd be weird though to have. I was going to say that'd be weird having Mickey. I was going to say it'd be weird if Camille and Mickey, if Mickey was feuding with Chelsea in 2 promotions. That would be a little strange, but could happen, I guess. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, also speaking of the women, because I know she's been on screen already, but yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, Velvet Sky commentating.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. She has been a commentator since they've started their Power show. Yep. She's evolved too. She used to be pretty bad when she started, but she's gotten better. Still pretty hot too.
I was going to ask, at what level of commentary are we talking? Are we at the Beth Phoenix level, or are we Renee being jumped at it by Vince level?
Yeah, no, we're not. She's just very low key. So no matter what's going on, she's a lot like Billy Corgan when he gives an interview. It just doesn't change too much. Yeah. I
think our problem genuinely was that when they first started back up, they had no fans, and even when they had very few fans, I don't think she felt comfortable shouting at an empty room or shouting in an empty room. Now, I noticed watching the NWA 73 and the Empower show when they had a full crowd for the first time, she did seem to be a bit better. Come on, Pope.
It's been another pretty damn good match, guys. I'm shocked actually. Like immediately, I thought Mike Knox. I'd be like, okay, this is gonna be really bad, but Pope's on fire too, man. Pope's got some energy going tonight.
Fire. Yeah.
Does Pope still have his? I asked this question on an almost weekly basis, Sean. Does Pope still have his championship series?
He does. If that's still a thing, like I don't know how well they sell it. That's part of having the problem where you take 4 months of TV at a time. It's hard to keep track. So.
Right, guys, I'm gonna as the newbie, I'm gonna ask the question. We've got the commentators there, and there's clearly a bloke at the top of the ramp there with the interview. Is that the mean gene of this promotion?
Yeah, it's Kyle Davis. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, are they doing a Doomsday?
Yeah. No, that was nice.
That was all right. Damn it. Man, I hope they don't. I really hope Cardonas don't win. That scares me too. Like they could have them go the whole way, and then I'd be really upset too.
They really can't. I mean, you look at the talent that's in this thing. I mean, the Briscoe brothers are in it. You've got strict
Matt Cardona is such a hot commodity right now, and I'm worried that Corgan will latch on to that. Not. No, but he's part of the Cardona, and he's going to pin Mims right here, isn't he?
I'm sorry, right? So see if the Cardonas win the Crockett Cup, and then Chelsea wins the women's title, and Matt Cardona retains. This is a reign of terror worse than Triple H in 2002, and you will not get otherwise.
All right, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I was going to ask you the question, because obviously, like I say, I don't watch. Is there a favorite for this? Is there an overwhelming favorite, or is the Briscoes are obviously in just as they're not regular NWA guys, are they? So
I will say, if I were to say they were favorites, I'd probably go with their tag champs, La Rebellion. I think the British Invasion team might be sneaky underrated. But I would definitely say the Briscoes and Strictly Business. So there is 3 or 4 that could be in the running in this. But my sneaky feeling is, I can't believe they just had this team beat Mims and Pope. I'm shocked.
I think your problem is with the side of the bracket. Now, if you're looking at as we do when the World Cup comes around, Ben, or when the Euros have just passed, going,
Yes.
oh, they've got the easy side of the draw. You want to be
Yes.
here because you've got the easy side of the draw, right? So, if you look at the top half of the draw, you've got Lara Bellion, you've got the British Invasion, and you've got Strictly Business all on the same side of the draw. And now, oh no, the end are out, and Hawks Eyrie, who've just got through. On the bottom, the bottom half of the draw, you've got, fair enough, you've got Stevens and Kratos, or the Dirty Sexy Boys, and the Briscoes. So you've got one half of the draw that is much stronger than the other half.
Yeah, there's a half of the draw that's loaded, and the other half is your second tier.
I think the winner comes from the top half. Lara Bellion, Strictly Business, or the British Invasion. That's my...
Oh, hello.
Now, can I just say, before she even speaks, why is she wearing a belt that you wouldn't be seeing dead on a 1980s foam wrestling figure?
So let me explain the belt. So that is the original women's title of the NWA. They redid it like the original belt from like the 50s.
Okay.
So what's interesting, it's called the Burke. Mildred Burke was the first NWA women's champion, so they called it the Burke.
I'm with you.
So in the middle of the Burke belt, Mildred Burke had her picture in the middle of it, so you see Camille's pictures in the middle of the belt.
Yes, I quite like that. That's quite a nice touch, to be fair.
Yeah. So the NWA likes to go old school in their title designs. That's what they do.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And Sean, what was Mildred Burke like at school?
She was very intelligent. She was very intelligent, and she was very good in the back of the Cadillac. Come on, I had to say it. It was there. I took it. Sorry, I had to take it. Embrace the old gimmick. I had to.
Going back to the cut brackets though, like the WWE fan booking in me would say that you don't get the champions winning this. You get another team to beat the champions in the final. That might be the way I'd go.
Well, here's what's weird about this. So the winner of this tournament gets a title shot at the tag team champions. So I got to imagine.
Okay.
So if La Rebellion wins, and they've been pretty dominant, they've been champions what now for how long, Callum? A long time at this point.
About 6 or 7 months now.
Yeah, about 6 or 7 months now, and they're very good. Have you ever seen them before, Ben?
I have, mate. Yeah, I've seen them. I know.
Yeah. They're a really good team. So I don't know how it plays out. So like in the old days, the Crockett Cup. By the way, cheap plug for NWA Crock and Roll because we are in April of '86. So we were getting ready to do Crockett Cup '86. A good time on that. But what I will say is it's interesting because back then you had $1 million prize and the cup, and then unfortunately in today's NWA you don't have $1 million. You just have the cup and a tag team title shot. But it's still good. I love it.
And $1 million. And let's face it, $1 million doesn't get you far nowadays anyway.
Well, yeah, what does $1 million really get you at this point? Anyway. But Camille's still. And by the way, I don't talk about Camille too much. It's pretty hot.
Oh yeah. Callum, by the way, is really looking forward to those 7 or 8 episodes you're doing for is it April '86, Callum?
Yes. April '86. It is about 7 episodes, isn't it, Sean?
It is 7, yeah. It is 7. Are you not looking forward to that, Colin?
Oh no,
I'm
just saying that. We used to
it
do,
is a lot.
Yeah, we used to do the 4-hour mega episodes, and now
you've cut down, haven't you? Yeah.
Well, it's a lot nicer and it's easier to do now because we record 2 at once every month, and then it just kind of works out that way. But unfortunately, it's just going to take us like till the year 2050 to finish the pod run. So.
Once we moved away from doing a month at a time, I think it opened up the different possibilities, and now it's the last one, no, second to last one that went out. It was an hour and a half on just one day. You had a house show, you had 2 TV shows, and it was just all excellent.
Yeah, it's just jam-packed like that. I can't back. The one thing I'll say is back in those days, I don't know how these guys survived because there is just so much going on. They're at house shows, they're on TV. It's just. Again, just incredible. And now you get 4 months worth of tapings in one night in current day of NWA. So.
Well, they've just brought the brackets up. They've just brought the brackets up, and here's Fandango. And so far, like every team who are the lower ranked seed has made it through. Which I don't know if that's like a deliberate booking choice, but
This should be. This should be a good match because they're taking on Kratos and Stevens, right?
Yes.
So this could be definitely a really good match because Kratos and Stevens have been. I don't think they get enough credit as the tag. Like they've been the tag team of the NWA since it's started up again. So.
I like the smoking jacket. That's a nice
excellent.
touch.
So as we're going through, as me and the good lady are going through Total Divas, Fandango has just become a big part of it. I get the impression that he put up with Summer Rae more than enjoyed working with her.
Oh, of course. You know, my favorite Total Divas episode is when they're trying to hook Jenny Neidhart up with Big E.
That's an old timer. That is an old timer.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that one. There's also the last one we watched was WrestleMania 30's just happened, and Brie and Bryan Danielson have just been married. So all going on. John and Nikki are potentially on the rocks.
Oh no, not again.
Summer Rae is pissed off everyone. Summer Rae didn't even get an invite to the wedding.
Hey, what's going on? Where's Kratos? Is something going on?
Oh, it's on the.
Turn it up. What's going on here?
Sorry, Kratos.
I lost you. Oh, you there?
Nope, I'm here.
I don't hear anything.
He's just turned the volume up.
I've turned this volume. Yes, so there's travel. There's been travel issues in Kratos, isn't there?
Did you say Kratos?
Mystery partner situation.
Kratos.
Well, that's what we call him now. My tag team partner, Kratos.
Kratos. It's the Miz. We have a reunion. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I would love that.
I would pop huge.
Excuse me, get it right, Sean. NXT superstar The Miz.
Sorry, NXT superstar The Miz.
I'm sorry, right? Aaron Stevens is perfectly made for professional wrestling, but is also far too talented for professional wrestling.
All right, so
who's it going to be?
Is this going to be a big fat turd? I'm curious who this is going to be.
It's going to be Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd be okay with that.
He's still talking.
Yes. He's so good.
He's got a lot of guy liner on, hasn't he?
Oh, here it comes. Kyle Davis not even trying to not laugh now.
He sure is talking a whole lot. What's he saying?
He keeps shouting silence to the crowd.
As I say, it seems like he's asking for the crowd to be quiet so he can make the announcement that the crowd aren't actually being quiet for him.
He's looking for something old and something borrowed, keeping him with the theme of weddings. So the video wall is borrowed. The NWA is something old. They want something extremely blue.
Go.
Is it the blue meanie? It's the blue meanie, isn't it?
No, don't say anything if it comes on first. Let me see it first. Okay, the suspense is killing me.
Oh, I recognise that music.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I thought you were joking.
No, I just totally guessed because he was like that. Something blue. We need something blue. Something extremely blue.
This is. Oh, come on, man! Really?
But it was the blue guy. This is their Scott Hall tribute.
It's their tribute, isn't it?
Yeah, come on.
I mean, I can think of better tributes, to be fair.
Well,
all
yes.
right.
Just having everybody do Razor's Edges, that'll do.
What's Rick Bogner doing these days?
I guess we know who's winning this match. It ain't this team.
At what point do we think that Stevens is going to walk out?
Oh my. Well, I guess if you're going to do something like this, it makes sense for Scott Hall. I get it, but this does not excite me from it. I'm very disappointed. It's the Blue Meanie.
I wouldn't normally think this is fine, right? Because if it was Steven 6 months ago when he was trying to be like straight laced and all that sort of thing, then yes, it would be poor. But he's gone back down the comedy route. The Blue Meanie is fine. If he comes out, does the dance, if he can whip out one of the moonsaults, I'm quite happy that Dango and JTG are going to go through.
I'm glad
they
will
face
out the moonsaults, man.
Yeah, I mean so at least they'll face the Briscoes because you can't embarrass the Briscoes with that other fucking team.
No,
Yeah.
unless you want the Briscoes just to absolutely maul the Blue Meanie. JBL.
Oh,
style.
I did mean to bring up the team they faced in the earlier match, the Briscoes, the Now. Actually, they're a really good team. I had never seen them before, Callum. So if you want to go back and watch the pre-show, watch them. That was a really good match. They're really good.
I'll take that in. Absolutely.
So no other wrestling territory has the Now and the End as part of their tag team division.
What we got is we just need get the Rock and Roll Express back out near the past.
Yeah, you have the past, the now, and the end. That's all you need. Oh, Stevens is actually he's lost a lot of weight.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah. He looks like WWE shape again. Look at him.
Can you remember when obviously everyone had a bit of a lockdown gut at one point? He's shifted it.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like he was really, really like the first pay-per-view back. He was really big ass gut. Yeah, big gut. Yep. Nice. I'm surprised Fandango, I'm glad he's in the NWA, but I'm surprised he didn't end up like at Impact or something like that. By the way, Tyler Breeze, we haven't seen him anywhere since he's been released either.
No. Have you seen the thing? Have you seen there was a video on YouTube cutting about, and it was Adam Cole. He was doing a Twitch stream when he found out that, or somebody texted him to say that Breeze had got released, and he was just he was devastated.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, I've just had some bad news. I'm going to cut it short. It turned out it was he got a text. He either got a text from Breeze to say that he'd been released, or somebody texted him to say it.
Oh, wow. I think I read somewhere that Breeze got COVID really bad, and and I think I read that somewhere. There's a reason why we haven't seen him back in wrestling yet. I don't remember what it was. I thought it was sad. Because obviously him and Fandango would have been a good natural team, right?
Yeah.
So,
because I did think that as much as I like them, I did think that JTG and Fandango were a bit of a strange partnership.
Mm-hmm. The Blue Meanie, man. I can't. I just can't.
Is he not doing anything for you? Sure, is that what you say?
No, he's a comedy wrestler. I get why they're doing this, but I don't know. I would like to know I would love to hear Dr. G talking about. Jesus. Oh, Blue Meanie's a good hand.
Nice bit of fat shaming there by JTG too.
I mean, this is embarrassing. Oh, come on. What are we doing? Jesus.
This is like your cool down match, isn't it?
Billy Corgan's in the back going, "That's good shit, pal."
I've just got this now mental image of like Billy Corgan and Tony Khan having a meet. Tony's there on his coke and blow, and Corgan's like, "Yeah, that's great, man."
I will say I'm surprised. Like I would have expected maybe some, like at the last pay-per-view, They had some folks from Impact. They had maybe some of the women's wrestlers that you saw on Dark. By the way, Layla Hirsch is getting a big push in AEW now, and she challenged Camille at the last pay-per-view. Well, she challenged Camille at the last pay-per-view, and they had a hell of a match on the last pay-per-view. But it's just interesting that there's no really impact. I mean, so they could get Cardona over here, they get Chelsea over here. I wonder why they didn't get any. I'm just curious. I wonder why they didn't get anybody over from the NWA for this tournament, or for the Impact, or from even AEW from a lesser extent.
Well, like Callum said, if they record the Impact tonight, then it's a one or the other two.
Well, that could have been a plan. That could have been part of it. But like in AEW, what is Brian Pillman Jr. and his partner busy or something? I mean, I don't know.
Well, there might have been a major multi-week Dark Elevation taping tonight or something.
Oh, yeah. Where's Bear Mountain tonight? I mean, that's like.
Are they still a
Bear
thing?
Country.
What's that?
Bear Country, Jimmy.
Oh, sorry, Bear Mountain, Bear Country.
Are they still a thing?
They are. They're
they still appear very occasionally. Yeah. I'm trying to think, who did they face the other week on Dynamite?
They're even making it today, mate.
Oh, was it? Oh, aren't they facing Danielson and I thought there's Danielson and Moxley coming up. Aren't they facing them soon, or did they already face them?
No, because the only people Danielson and Moxley have faced so far are the Workhorsemen, which is a great name, and Best Friends. That's the only teams they've faced so far.
By the way, I'm all about that team. That's a good team. I love it, what they're doing with that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Who are the Workhorsemen?
They're nobody of any importance.
Right,
like
okay.
they're that ones that I don't even know their names. That's quite bad on me, admittedly, but.
All right. So, like, this match should have only been like 5 minutes. Yeah. Like, literally.
Oh yeah.
I do like the dirty dango pants. I think you said that earlier. They are nice. I like those.
Yeah, but like Sean says, Regal's been fantastic so far.
He really has.
Amazing.
Initially, Ben, I was hoping because I wanted him to be in this tournament with Mr. Williams tonight. That would have made my whole entire life. So, by the way, we do get to see Doug Williams tonight, and I better see a fucking Chaos Theory, or I'll be very upset.
You better see a Chaos Theory, do you?
So, Ben, on the last pay-per-view, Doug Williams debuted here and took on Colby Carino. Oh, my God. I was freaking over the moon with I was shocked how good that match was. It was really good.
God, JTG is, honestly, he's doing wonders here. He's trying his best.
Okay, Callum. So, the Workhorseman, Anthony Henry, and JD Drake.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, JD Drake is he was in Evolve. He's actually not a bad wrestler at all.
In fact, Anthony Henry was in Evolve as well, was he not?
Yeah. Theory and Drake, I think, I remember them having a really banger match at one of the last Evolve pay-per-views. Those two.
There you go, Sean. You haven't got to suffer him anymore.
No. I mean, I knew who was going to win. I just, it's kind of a waste of Aaron Stevens if you ask me, but that's just me.
And then on the last Dynamite, Cal, they sort of teased that Utah's going to be the first young person to join Regal's group, because that's the whole point. Is they're basically trying to get the future of the company with these violent guys.
I watched the thingy. I watched the promo that Regal cut, and it was just basically Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is the best person. He's the best wrestler ever. He's the perfect wrestler. And Jon Moxley is also in the ring right now.
Yeah. That was kind of. I was wondering what that was kind of odd. I thought. Oh look, Velvet Sky, big fan of Blue Meanie. Yes. God.
Can I say also I'm a big fan of the old lady just behind.
Tim Storm, what have you done?
Tim Storm doing the Blue Meanie with his freaking tan.
You were a world heavyweight champion, sir. This is disgraceful.
That is pretty disgraceful.
Big fan of the old lady behind Tim Storm, and also Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel seems to be on the front row as well, which is nice to see.
The Briscoes and the Dirty Sexy Boys, that should be a banger.
Yeah, that'd be a good match.
Are they really having the Cardonas face the Fixers?
Yes, looks like it.
That's heel versus
That
heel.
looks like I say, look at that. So it's number 11 seed versus number 14.
Huh.
And
Here
number
we
10
go.
seeds have just gone through.
One of the favorites right here. So Ben, do you know who Strictly Business is or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So Latimer, I love Tom Latimer, and they have done him a big disservice here in the NWA. He should be a bigger star than he is, and they just have him job every fucking match he does.
Oh, Adonis with the toothpick. Toothpick at the
I think you
camera.
can call him Masters. I don't think there's a thing.
And by the way, Latimer used to date Charlotte Flair and is currently Camille's boyfriend, Ben.
Ah.
So he's had the best of the Flair, and he also gets to bang Camille.
I think was he not married to Charlotte?
Yes, they were divorced.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Didn't end well.
No, I don't believe it did.
Yeah, didn't end well. But he has been an underrated favorite of mine here in the NWA, and I just feel like they're not doing what they can with him.
Yeah, I get the feeling, Sean. This is the asylum. This sounds quite sad, but I recognise that roof.
Makes sense.
It's got a very distinctive roof. It's like Madison Square Garden. You can tell it by the roof.
Yeah, that guy in the orange jacket with the Santa Claus hat. What the hell's he about?
Gold Rush.
Meanwhile, the Black Eyed Peas haven't aged well.
Is Austin Idol? Where's Austin Idol at?
Oh, I don't know.
There's no Austin Idol.
Going off one of our chats the other night on Special Relations, Callum, of course, Gold Rush is the final round of blockbusters at our 80s.
Yeah, so who we got in this one? Strictly Business, I take it.
I mean, I would think they have to, but I don't know, man.
We'd like to think.
This is Tyrus's crew, so I don't know. This one could be.
If Strictly Business doesn't win, they just give it up just now.
Strictly Business have been heavy on the baby oil there, by the way. Look at that. They are glistening. Very shiny.
I know we have the NWA live watches, other serious live watches, but Masters got the old Jericho chest going on here. Wait till he turns round again. Wait till you see him front on.
Oh, can't get the world champion here tonight, but we get Tyrus.
I can do serious when we need to do, Cal.
Look, there's his chest there. Look, he's got the old concave chest going on.
Boy, he's certainly he's
oh
turned,
my god.
He's turned into something, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's took the Jericho concave chest honours away. Good God.
Oh, is this just going to be a shorty? Yeah, it looks like it could be.
Yeah, he's going down. This will be it, I think.
Strictly, they better win this. The other guy is Marche Rocket is his name, Ben.
All day Marche.
Marche.
All day Marche. I think he was in Impact for a whole
He
minute.
was briefly. He was. Yep.
But like in the real dark days when nobody watched, when they were on the TV Guide channel.
He's another one that's pretty. He's another one that's good, but benefits from doesn't benefit from a really shitty name. So, oh, come on, yeah. Chris Masters has been really good in this too lately. So, really good in the NWA.
Mm-hmm.
Or Adonis, whatever you want to call him.
I think either name's fine at this point, Sean.
Well, you know, Masters is trademarked by the WWE, so.
And Latimer, good, keeping the Impact theme.
Yes.
But
I firmly believe Latimer should be a champion in the NWA.
I thought my thinking behind it was when when Aldis lost the title and went away, or could have gone away for a while and did the whole. Remember when Triple H went away when Batista won? Was it Batista won? No, when Goldberg won the title. Triple H went away obviously because he was injured, and then he came back and he had the vignettes with the bounty and all that sort of thing. But I think Latimer would have been, if Aldis went away, a Latimer could have been an excellent short-term champion, or that could have led to the breakup of Strictly Business, that Latimer was then the main guy, or Latimer was the champion and Aldis was still the main guy in Strictly Business, and then Latimer kicks him out. Not immediately after NWA 73. That's how I would have done it anyway. In my fantasy booking.
Book ahead.
Yeah. Book ahead as opposed to Booker T.
Absolute. Don't measure it round. Don't measure it round, Sean. Come on. You should know the rules by now. We need to ask Sean how he feels about Charmel getting into the Hall of Fame, because Booker's going to be doing the speech.
Oh, I can imagine he thinks of that poorly.
I like these guys. It's a good tag team.
Oh yeah, Strictly Business is very good, but they're more like I said, Latimer. It's kind of like Latimer should have been a natural transition for Aldis, and they just got over this big feud. They just had an I Quit match between him and Aldis that was actually pretty damn good. I thought it was. I was pretty impressed how it was. Cop out though on the ending though. Camille threw in the towel and caused Latimer to lose.
Oh, gonna cause some trouble at home, that is.
Mm-hmm.
But he always come back and say, "I never said I quit." Tully Blanchard is Tully Blanchard in our timeline on Crockett Roll. Tully Blanchard's still going off that one 6 months later.
I never said I quit.
Oh, I was telling Ben.
Manager for hire now, Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to go with Arn in that. I get the feeling that they're going with Bret Hart, but that'd be shocking to me.
Go on, Kat. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, I was telling Sean, I was telling you guys my controversial opinion the other day. Or not my controversial opinion, my controversial take about Ric Flair's promo on the last Crock and Roll.
Oh,
or sorry, the one that's due out the one that's coming up next week.
Well, there's two controversial things. There was that, and then the Road Warriors promos. It's like I don't know where it came from, but everybody just turned on the Road Warriors and Ric Flair on our last episode coming up.
Oh, you're joking.
My God!
No.
What are we doing?
That's not right.
Have I mentioned, and then I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Have I mentioned how much I hate Billy Corgan's booking? His booking decisions sometimes really, really piss me off. All right, I'm going to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Now, are they doing a tournament where like the losers go through? Because every single one of these I have got wrong so far, apart from Dangle and JTG.
Well, are they doing a tournament where it's meant to be? It's going to look really obvious who should get through to at least the final, and they're going to try and do it like King of the Ring '95, where you get a bad luck story, an underdog story. Sorry, getting through all the way against one of the favourite teams.
Well, this has certainly got King of the Ring '95 written all over it so far.
I hate to compliment people.
So this is the fixers. This is the guys that beat the OGK.
Okay. Pro wrestling is fixed. I like that T-shirt. That T-shirt that T-shirt could get bought.
I've got a pro wrestling tee somewhere. Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Nagurski, which I think is a great name.
Nice name.
Yeah,
that's a wrestling name if ever there was one.
Oh, absolutely.
They seem to come from like the Mojo Rawley school of promos though.
Oh, get hype, stay hype.
And I haven't even got the volume turned up, and I could tell that. Don't touch the interviewer like that. Yes, you're on camera, love. Well done.
She's got cat ears and is therefore, and the young girl behind has got cat ears, therefore she's probably an Italia fan, therefore I don't like her.
Hey, Natalia's got her WrestleMania moment now, Cam. Remember that?
Oh, great. Oh, she's honestly, she's talking like watching Total Divas, right? And I, like, she's so unlikable. It's ridiculous.
I hope they make that women's match like that into a ladder match or something, because that's going to have nothing going on there.
It's like she said, what was it? One of the ones that she said was, "Oh, I'm got a title shot at the prestigious, one of our biggest events of the year, TLC." Bug it off.
Okay, so these seems like a bunch of hipsters, Callum. You're going to have to help me out here.
Right, so I'm just gonna. I know who that. When I see his name, I'll remember. I can never remember these guys' names. So the manager, the curly-haired guy.
Yes.
That's Danny Deals. He's the manager.
Okay.
He's the manager. So this is the ill-begotten. So that was Captain Yuma.
Yes.
That was out there. So he's been put to the back. So we're left with Alex Taylor, Jeremiah Plunkett, and or Rush Freeman.
Okay. And one of them's got a very strong mullet game going on.
Yeah,
like that.
Here we go.
Here he is.
Oh, and Harry rocking the old, almost an old school Bulldogs.
Yeah. He's got the bulldog with like the old school Austin leather jacket as well. It's scary. It's scary to think like it was about. Oh, that is quite a swank jacket. To be fair, I've just seen the back of it now.
Okay, I'm back. This is my team to win right here.
I was going to say I was going to shout on you, just to make sure
Oh,
you go. Just
that's
make
right.
Sure you go.
Let's beat the shit out of them. That's right. The other team looks like the great value version of Pillman's team in AEW.
Great value varsity blondes.
Yes, that's what
Oh, you mother!
How old is Doug Williams? 50 something?
He's late 40s, I think.
God, freaking love him.
We were on about that before you turned up, Sean. We said like Doug Williams is on that list with sort of William Dafoe and Arn Anderson of people who've been middle aged basically since birth.
Yes. But I just love. I've always loved Doug Williams. He's always been one of my favorites.
So he is. Doug Williams is an American football executive best known for his performance with the Washington Redskins. Oh, wrong guy.
No, wrong guy.
Doug Williams is 49.
All right. Wow. Same age I am.
Are you in that good a shape, Sean?
I just turned 49 this week.
You're in that good a shape now.
I'm working on it. Working on it, yes. Jeremiah Plunkett, by the way, looks like the fat member of FTR. Like in his little bomber jacket and ball head, he looks like
He does look very Dax.
Wilder. He looks like Dax. Yes, just a much larger version.
On the newest episode of Chicken Salad that hasn't come out yet, Callum, I'm not going to tell him what it is, but we did give Sean a very special birthday present on that episode. But he's going to have to wait to find out what it is.
Was it WrestleMania 17?
Like a month out, for that's out. Harry Smith looks good. Harry Smith looks good.
It still blows my mind. It still blows my mind that like the WWE signed him back and then released him within like 3 months or whatever it was.
He's starting to look more and more like his dad in terms of his build. I'll always love the British Bulldog tights, though.
Yeah, they are cool.
I feel like that him and Williams should have matched their tights tonight. That would have been a kind of a cool thing. I don't know, man. I feel like the British Invasion could go all the way. I'm hoping, because that's the team I picked to win this.
I would like it. I would like to see it. If not, because that just means we would have 3 Doug Williams matches. Or 4 Doug Williams matches.
By the way, I must say I'm very very underwhelmed by the people that have been winning the matches tonight. Billy does this a lot. I don't know if you've noticed this, Colin, because we've done a lot of these. He always books the opposite of what you think is going to happen every time.
And
he doesn't like predictable.
I've definitely said it on the special relations, and I think I might have said it on Crock and Roll as well. There's nothing wrong with doing the predictable thing.
Nope.
No, it's not like
good.
Yeah, like he just had Murdoch win the title just because he thought nobody would expect him to do it. Oh God, I love it.
I expected them to do it eventually with the whole Harley tie-in, especially in St. Louis.
I question the book. I question the booking though. What? Because Trevor Murdoch is not going to get any eyes on your product whatsoever more than Nick Aldis.
Well, like Callum says, predictable doesn't mean bad. I mean, like Impact have been doing it for about 3 months. AEW have been doing it for about a year, and it shows in the results.
I know we're all waiting for this big feud between Plunkett and Yuma. I know we've been waiting for this for a long time.
All I can think about is Billy Corgan asking for the Varsity Blondes, and then somebody telling him it's okay, we'll get the Varsity Blondes at home.
Will you take the great value version of the Varsity Blondes instead? That's some hair on that. That's quite the mullet on that guy.
It's a very impressive mullet.
It is a very impressive mullet. I mean, I'm sure they're a good team, but again, Billy Corgan needs a booker. Needs a booker.
Yeah.
And he needs to not tape every 4 months. He needs to go on the Impact schedule at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that the matches have been bad tonight. It's just the winners are just questionable to me.
I mean, I understand that he might want to stay out of Atlanta, or keep working out of Atlanta, or be based out of Atlanta, because that's traditionally where Crockett was and WCW was, but we've seen from the past the Impact had a block booking in this building for 2 years.
Yes.
Every Wednesday for 2 years. What's to stop them? Taking out a couple of days every month? What was NXT's former old schedule? It was about 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was every
Full Sail. Full Sail. They taped.
Yeah, Full Sail.
Yeah, Full Sail. They taped for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Full Sail.
Every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks is fine. Every 3-4 months is. The last taping was in December. Oh my goodness!
Love that suplex.
Oh, I think I'm about 10 seconds behind, but yeah.
How did you get behind? You were ahead at one point.
And I buffered for a bit.
Bloody 50 hertz, am I right over here? Our bloody 50 hertz TVs.
Well, but they're taping 3 days of TV after this pay-per-view, Colin. 3 days.
That'll take another 4 months.
Well, the one thing I do like that they've done, they tape all these shows and then they go to that live show that they do it seems to be they do it in Kentucky or whatever, Tennessee. So if they keep doing that, at least you'll get a fresh take before the pay-per-views every time, which I think is good. Ooh, wow.
That didn't look good.
That was very British Bulldog like, by the way.
Doug Williams was never meant to fly.
I know, but it sure looks stiff as shit.
Did you get shoulder up?
So,
yes.
But I did not get a chaos theory. I'm not happy.
Did they win? Have they won? They have won.
Yeah, they did.
Won.
Yeah. How did I miss that?
I think he got the 3, but.
Damn. Oh, did he hear it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's made of tough stuff. Look at this man.
I think he's okay. He's okay. He's not dislocated to this. He says.
I hope so, because that would be very disappointing. This team has to win it. They have to.
That's a man that doesn't have cereal in the morning. He has a bowl of gravel in the morning.
I can't believe that young lady right there was banging Bully Ray.
To be honest, I don't think she can either.
Oh wait, are we on our last round?
Yeah.
I think we might get the quarters as well then, or some of the quarters tonight then.
So you will see the Tate twins. They're the boys from Row. They look they look so much like MSK from NXT. It's not even funny. That's how they're. Look, there they are. Look.
Oh my God! Yeah.
That's MSK.
It's MSK mixed with Motorcycle Machine Guns with doing the pose. And a bit of the Acclaimed.
so literally in the pre-show, Golly's running down all the matches for the first round, and on the very last one, they're like, "Oh yes, the boys will be facing the Rebellion," and he goes, and then they cut away real quick because the match hadn't happened yet. It was hilarious. So if you go back and watch the pre-show and catch that moment, it's hysterical.
We're the boys. Dalton Castle's boys.
Those boys.
What's Dalton Castle doing himself these days? Is he still one of the guys who's in?
I don't know what the. Oh, look at that gear! That is amazing. Holy shit! Tell him! Look at the belts.
Oh, they've got the sort of old school, new school belts.
Oh my God! They dropped the old school belts and went to the Rock and Roll Express belts. That's amazing. I should say, I actually, those are the Tully and Arn belts for me. The Rock and Roll's the other one, but that's awesome.
That's the AMW belts for me.
Does that mean they're going to give Cardona the big gold belt at some point?
Fuck, I hope not.
Oh,
they've got both of them.
Oh, they got both. Yeah. Oh, I love
Oh,
this.
that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
As a title mark, I'm popping big time right now. That's awesome. Love it. I love this team too. They're really good.
And if anyone that's watching was listening to the preview that we did, it was on just before we went live. Scott said that he was doing under the latest classic TNA recap that they did. Bestia 666, the guy with the green face paint, Ben, was on that TNA Impact, was on that TNA show from early 2003 or mid 2003. And I think is Bestia 666. Am I right in saying that he is related to? Oh, he was related to one of the guys in is he related to Cyclope? Is he Cyclope's son? Or was
he might be
Damien's? Was it Damien that was the?
I mean, aren't they all related? No, that's not what I meant. Like in the AAA, a lot of them are related. I didn't mean it to be funny. I mean, a lot of them are related in the AAA promotion. That's what I meant.
Yes, there is a lot of second and third generation superstars in AAA.
So Ben, I could see how you would have taken that based on how I am on other pods and things. This is a very serious broadcast we do on NWA. So,
yes,
yeah,
I've noticed.
Yeah, I totally did not mean that in any ill way whatsoever. So I find it interesting. Like I said, they're booking these guys as a great value MSK. That's very funny to me because normally they have little freaking like Mardi Gras gear as they walk out with Dawson Castle. So Dawson Castle.
Bestia 666 is Damien 666's son.
Ah,
okay. That makes sense.
Or so if they go up and they ask for Cyclope and Damien turns up, they go, "That's not Cyclope," and then they get the right guy. That's Dean Malenko. But what was did they not have? Did Larabellion not have a match with the Lucha Brothers recently?
Did they?
I want to say they might have done.
Hang on, I'll look it up because I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be quite cool.
Something's telling me they did because it would have been like champion versus champion at the time. Unless I'm completely making it up, it's a figment of my imagination.
Lucha Brothers. Oh, yeah, in November of last year they did.
That would make sense.
Yeah, they did. I guess it was on a show called the Latin American Wrestling Entertainment. They faced the Lucha Brothers on that card. That was in November of last year.
Right. Need to see that one. That would have been a banger.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I would have loved to see Matt. That would have been a good match. Oh, there we go. MSK. There we go.
I love how they did they didn't run the ropes together after seeing, because one of the abiding memories I've got of Akeem as a wrestler was when they were trying to do the double splash and the boss man hit the ropes first and Akeem fell between the second and the middle rope, the top and the middle rope. I saw the boys one time at there was an ROH show in Edinburgh. I went to see. It was they faced. It was Dalton Castle and the boys. I was very impressed with the boys against the Bucks and Adam Page for the for the 6-man titles. It was superb. It was Adam Page's first championship in Ring of Honor. There you go. What is this?
Oh,
no.
Oh dear.
Oh boy, that was a little bit of a botch there. Pin him. That's it. No. I will tell you, if the boys win this match, I might have to freaking start going off of one William Corrigan.
If the boys win this
Sean's
match, this might be a very short stream.
Sean and Camo just quit and discuss and just leave me to it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, you know what also is interesting? Trevor Murdoch is not booked on either show.
No, that's true actually.
Yeah, neither show.
He's going to do the running on. He's going to do the running on the main event, Sean. Come on.
I mean, I guess Lance Cade can't join him in the Crockett Cup.
Oh, Sean.
There it is. There it is.
Good God.
I couldn't help it. I apologize.
Well seen, the boss isn't here. You're bringing that stuff out.
I don't think the boss would have given me a hard time about that one. Maybe he would have. I don't think.
Well, the boss is the way the boys will play.
I'm not playing.
I think Scott would have appreciated the humor in that and moved on.
Well, we can ask him tomorrow.
Well, no, we can't. We'll move on from that and just tomorrow's tomorrow, and today is today.
Tomorrow's
a brand new day.
That's a new day. Yes, it is. That joke was there. It's so hard not to take those things when they're there. I'm sorry. Oh,
well, that was nice.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Double D.
And the V trigger. Oh, yeah.
This match has gone on entire too long. While Rebellion should have had a beat by now. These are the guys wearing freaking feathers and shit in our age. What are we doing? They're not a bad team though. They're pretty good.
I was surprised that like I genuinely I didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor. I kept up with Ring of Honor, but I could count in one hand the amount of Ring of Honor shows I've seen since the Wrestling Channel went off air here, and that was about 2008. But we went to again highlighting the problem that Ring of Honor had at its peak. We went because the Bucks were there, and because half the New Japan roster was there. So we saw Naito, we saw a lot of the Bullet Club guys, we saw a lot of the LIJ guys. But I just thought that the boys were just too random. Oh dear.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Did he break his... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, tag you in. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. He's still going to go.
I thought the boys were just two random guys they got. I didn't actually think they were wrestlers. And then I was very impressed with them.
So the other thing I didn't tell you is there was a botch in the four-way match earlier where they also botched 2-1, where one of the boys tried to do a roll-up, and it looked really bad and went into the ropes, and they still counted the 3 count. So very botched matches. Yeah, not having a good night.
There's so many tag matches tonight. I think I'm watching the Battle Bowl. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I was going to get title matches tonight.
No. Sure,
I was going to go with Great American Bash 92, but
no, Battle Bowl.
I actually think the matches tonight were better than that because those were some long ass matches. No. Oh no. Oh. By the way, Great American Bash. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that finish was almost sort of machine guns and Bullet Club all over again.
we almost had a quick cut on this feed real fast. I was going to say Great American Bash 92 to me is one of the most just botched pay-per-views of all time because the talent they had on that show could have been one of the best pay-per-views they ever had. The match was just boring and long and just a missed opportunity on that one.
Well, what's just had his hard on the NBC?
Right.
Oh,
good Lord,
that's got to finish it. He's going to be out for a while.
overall the match was really good, but a couple botches, but it was good.
Oh yeah, I
Good
can see why you guys like them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a good tag team for the NWA to have. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What was it? Because these guys just randomly. Because remember for Back for the Attack, they were just announcing matches. Was it Back for the Attack? These guys showed up.
I think so. Yeah.
And they were just putting matches together. And they've been on an absolute tear since.
So, did the referee just fall down outside?
He definitely just slipped.
the ref, what the hell's going on tonight? Everybody's falling and slipping, and it's.
This is what happens when you go to the. This is what happens when you go to the house that TNA about.
I'm telling you, this team right here scares me. They scare me. I mean, the La Rebellion versus the Briscoes in the finals would be good. I'd be okay with that too.
That's what I think it's going to be.
So, Williams and Harry would have to face La Rebellion before they could get to the finals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be semi-final match.
I bet we definitely get that match. I hope.
Right, so if I get the bracket back up. Excuse the clicking. So yes, so you've got La Rebellion against Hawks Airy, and then Gold Rush against Doug and Harry.
Oh yeah, we're definitely getting that in the semifinals.
Yes, now that will be outstanding.
Yeah, both those matches should be pretty good actually. Even the Gold Rush, even with Gold Rush, it should be all right. But
and then you've got the Cardonas and the Fixers against the Dirty Sexy Boys and the Briscoe Brothers.
So the Briscoes will take that, and I'm going to assume they're going to be facing the Cardonas.
I would assume so, yes.
So So who would that put in this? So that would put the final four teams as La Rebellion, Harry Smith, and Doug Williams, and then the Cardonas and the Briscoes. Those would be the final four.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oof. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one, guys.
I think you then have. Now, it depends on how long Harry Smith's staying around for, because you could have it that. Well, I suppose if he's here for the show, you've got to think they'll be around for at least 4 months. They would have him for the tapings as well. So would you have Doug and Harry go over
La Rebellion? I would.
Which could potentially. So you have the winner come for the bottom half, which could be the Cardonas. They get the title shot, but then Doug and Harry have also have a claim for a title shot because they beat the champions in the tournament. I don't know.
My gut tells me so we're in that scenario. My gut's telling me it's going to be the Cardonas versus the British Invasion in the finals. That's my gut. I don't think the Briscoes will get. By the way, the last Crockett Cup. Do you remember who was in the finals of that one?
It was I know that Latimer and Strictly Business won. It was Latimer and Isaacs that won.
No, the 2019 one. No,
was it not?
No, it was the Briscoes versus Brody King and PCO.
Oh, so it was. That's right, because it was the thingy. That was yes.
So Brody King and PCO were the last ones to win the Crockett Cup.
God.
And then they were supposed to do the 2020, and it got canceled because of COVID. So that was also where they were supposed to do the Marty Scurll versus Aldis rematch from the 2019 one.
Oh, fucking dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, that was really being built really well. I know we were all looking forward to that, and then the ball dropped on it. So who the hell is this? The Fixers?
Fixers. So we must be getting the quarters tonight as well, because there's already 6 matches booked for tomorrow.
Well, they got a bunch of title matches tomorrow night, so I assume so.
All the title matches are tomorrow. So
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know.
The fancy booker in me would say, boys, you'd put the Briscoes and the British Invasion in the final, and then if Billy could somehow wing it to get FTR there to cost them the tournament. That would be beautiful, but I don't think he'd do it.
That would certainly set up. Well, they're facing each other at Ring of Honor now.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
By the way, FTR looks like they're gonna have a match with freaking Harlem Heat that weekend too. At this point,
Good God.
yeah.
But you're not going because you wouldn't give Booker T the money.
You know what? I might just to watch FTR beat him, but you know what? I don't think that'll happen. It's his promotion. I bet they would beat FTR. But I do think FTR is going to beat the Briscoes. You know why? Because Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor now. So hopefully he's smart.
Yes.
Yes.
But we've got, I think so. Joe Hendry's on. Joe Hendry's got a match. Oh, excellent.
Yes. Joe Hendry. He was before COVID, he was one of my favorites in Ring of Honor at that time.
Joe
really
Hendry
good.
is brilliant.
Yeah. And he's got a freaking theme song that's hilarious.
Joe Hendry makes things better.
Yes.
There's still so much to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry makes things better.
And Josh Woods. So a lot of their the Briscoes are still the Ring of Honor tag team champions right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Josh Woods is their pure champion. He's really, really good too. So they had a lot of good champions at the end. I just don't know if they were going to keep them all and what they're going to do. TV champion. Wait, who won the TV title in the last show?
Rhett Titus is the TV champion.
Rhett Titus is the TV champion. So.
Well, you got to remember what Tony Khan. All Tony Khan's done is brought the name of the library.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wonder what
all the day.
But that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what he's going to do, like how the belts are. Like he was on Busted Open this week, and he said, "Well, I'm looking at the April show as kind of a going out party, and then we're going to hit the reset button," which wasn't really the initial thing they were going to do, right? So I'm curious, is he going to sign Grisham? So I don't know.
This was meant to be the reset button, wasn't it?
What's that?
Supercard of Honor was meant to be the reset button.
Yeah, and I was going back and forth because I was going, okay, so they're going to reset. So I was going back and forth on Ring of Honor and going to Impact. We ended up picking Impact, but it's weird because Purrazzo is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, but she's on the Impact show that same day, and the Briscoes are scheduled to face the Good Brothers on that Impact show also the same day. And the Ring of Honor show is about an hour away from where the Impact show is. So it's just weird. I don't know how they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
It would be nice, right? And this is an ideal world situation. It would be nice if Tony Khan has just bought it to basically just keep it alive because he didn't want to see it. Because I can somewhat see him doing that, where he's just kept it alive because he doesn't want to see it go under. But he's got. Because it's owned by Tony Khan personally. It's not owned by All Elite Entertainment or whatever the hell. It's not owned by a parent company. So you could have a situation where he just lets it run independently because he's not short here.
Well, he said he also said he's gonna relaunch the weekly TV show too. So, yeah.
But that might be on. Won't be on TBS. What is there any smaller channels that?
I honestly think they've paid the money for the they've paid the money for the tape library for the HBO Max deal, haven't they? And they've got Dark and Dark Elevation, and they could turn one of those shows on YouTube into the ROH show to begin with.
They could. That's right.
That's the way I would. That's the way I would go with it.
I don't think having it on YouTube or even having it on Fight is a bad idea altogether.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because Fight TV's got the infrastructure there already. I don't understand why AEW don't put their own streaming service on Fight TV or utilize Fight TV like Impact did.
Well, and it's weird. Like the BR Sports thing is so strange because they're kind of past doing a freaking app like that for a pay-per-view. It just seems weird that they do that on that app. It's just strange.
And the app's never really worked, has it?
Well, it's BR. Well, every single one I've watched has been on BR Live. Every single one.
Has it been okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fine for the most part, but it's kind of like an app that nobody really uses, and it doesn't. I don't know. It's just strange. It's just strange. But I do think they probably are going to have a streaming deal at some point. He didn't buy that without something in his back pocket.
Yeah. So. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's already talking to HBO Max. It's just a matter of if not when.
So does
And,
Turner own HBO?
No.
No, that's something separate altogether.
But I mean, there's so much content in that everybody wants to see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm surprised the WWE didn't go for it as well.
They probably did.
But
Let's be honest.
It's probably worth more to AEW because they've got Danielson, because they've got Punk, because they've got. It would have been worth more to WWE.
They've got the Bullet Club boys, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been worth more to WWE about a year ago. When they had all these guys, bar Punk, obviously.
Mm. And it's that thing as well, like, people have been saying about how much Tony Khan, I'm not defending Tony Khan, but they say how much he's paid for it. It's like, yeah, but TV and streaming and all that, everything's moved on now. So you've at this day and age, you've got to pay top dollar to get this content, because that's what people want.
If you told somebody in 2001 that a tape library was worth something because they're going to put it onto a website where you can watch it anytime you want, they would have looked at you as if you had two heads.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's always the argument I use, like, how much. Everybody always uses that example, don't they, of how much Vince paid for WCW for that tape library. And it's like, well, could you imagine him doing that deal today, how much he'd have to pay?
Exactly. Because it was with no way of putting it out there. They would only have used it for highlights packages and DVDs at the time. And everything else WCW had, every other asset WCW had, was worthless.
That one fixer is quite the large man.
He is.
He's pleasantly plump.
And that is quite the gear choice too. Having his how do I put this politically correct? Having his upper chest stick out of the upper region of those. I'll just leave it at that.
It's okay, Sean. You've said worse tonight. He's got his tits out.
Yeah, he's got those like.
Nothing's been hidden.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kind of tights you wear to kind of hide those things, and he's just got them popping all over the place. He's just huge.
He came in like a wrecking ball, Legursky.
Yeah, Legursky.
The fixers are pretty. I have to quote Miley Cyrus.
Now the fixers they've been pretty good in the NWA over the last few months, right, Colin?
Yeah, they did the thingy. They did the Power Surge takeover.
Yeah. So they're a pretty good team, but I just don't see them beating the Cardona. Again, if the Cardonas keep going to I'm scared to death what they're going to do tomorrow night with Chelsea and. Hey, you know what it might lead to? Maybe they'll reform Strictly Business to go against the Cardonas. Did you think about that? Because I could see them. I could see them going. I could see them going there. I could see it. Ooh. So Camille and Chelsea, and then you have Strictly Business versus the Cardonas, and then, I mean, it's kind of like your. Well, it's not even close. I was gonna say it's your Superpowers of Road Warriors versus your Horsemen.
Did you feel quite dirty saying that, Sean?
Oh, it was so. Well, 2022 terms, yes, that hurt really bad, but it is what it is at current NWA, I guess. I mean, if they did it, hey, by the way, if they did that, that would be what they should book, just for the simple fact that Billy doesn't book like stuff that makes sense. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it seems like it would be a naturally booked thing if that's what they're going for.
This match is doing nothing for me.
No,
I was about to say this is quite basic.
I mean, these guys, Cardonas are definitely going to the finals, no doubt about it. I like that. I like that they couldn't come up with a more original name than the Cardonas, by the way. How are we feeling about this tournament and the winners so far tonight?
Perplexing is probably a word I could use.
Yeah, very.
Like, first couple of matches have been good, but like since then,
Yeah, it's been kind of flat a little bit. I think part of the flatness is because of who's winning the matches for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I
think the
mean. Yeah,
matches
yeah.
I don't think the matches have been too bad. I think the matches have been, for the most part, quite good. I just
No, nothing's
Yeah.
been terrible. Nothing's been terrible. Nothing's been terrible.
but what are you? What's your thoughts so far, Ben? Because obviously you're coming into this completely fresh, not knowing any of the backstory other than what we've told you.
I'm kind of with you boys. So like, it's been, like I say, the first couple of matches was really good, but like some of the booking decisions, I know I keep going about the seedings and stuff, but that just seems like totally weird booking to me.
Sorry, you go, Ben.
Like you say, I mean, are they trying to tell the story with the Cardonas? I get that, but they haven't really got an underachieving underdog story going through, unless the Hawks team go through tonight, which they might do. You never know, but
yeah, that was a surprising start because I thought the
that
end
was a really good match.
Yeah, I thought
they impressed me.
I thought the end would have been the team to go through there, but
The Briscoes versus the Now was good. The Rebellion match was good. The Hawk Aries match was good. Williams and Smith going through. I mean, oh wow, we're gonna get. Oh my God, we're gonna get them against the Briscoes right now.
Yay!
There we go.
right, I think I'm going to go for a quick toilet break then. I will be back.
Tom's going to go get himself mentally ready.
So we think the Briscoes will take this one, right?
Yes.
So if I'm Billy, I'm booking these two to win instead.
Well, like I say, the wild, crazy booker in me would think FTR are here and get involved somehow, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I see. I think they should have broke these up a little bit with some title matches tonight.
Yeah. Well, like I say, that was that problem with that Great American Bash show, wasn't it? It was like, it's all tag matches, and then you tag, and then you slap Sting and Vader on at the end. Here they are.
But they had some amazing talent in those tag team matches.
Oh,
right?
yeah. They did.
Yeah. So this Briscoe's second match of the night. Interesting they didn't bring the Ring of Honor tag team titles out, I think. I wonder if Todd told him. I bet Khan said no.
Probably. More than likely.
This one should be good.
Yeah, so this will be a banger. The Briscoe brothers.
If Fandango didn't bother to change his tights, I thought he would have showered in between or changed.
Oh, no, I've got time for any of that. Sure, come on.
It's very dirty. I'm sure they're all dirty.
And sexy.
I don't know how sexy they are, but...
The Briscoes always just look like they just escaped out of prison. I know that's the look, but...
Yeah, I've never been like super, super big on the Briscoes. I mean, I guess they're good. I mean, they've been all over the place since Ring of Honor has left. I mean, they were on the GCW.
Yeah.
They've been everywhere. Yeah. Which is good because their main exposure was just the Ring of Honor, so it's good to see them doing other things now. But I can't tell you that I am not looking forward to watching them face the Good Brothers at the Impact show in April because the Good Brothers. I know what a big fan of.
I know what a big fan of the Good Brothers you are.
The Good Brothers are shits. I mean, the only good. Listen, who did they take on? There was one good match that they had recently. I'm trying to think of who they took. Was it Violent by Design? I think
the Violent by Design tag match. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the best single match they have had in Impact since they got there. So, but I also like Violent by Design. I really like Joe Doring. I think he's another one that's really an underrated player. I love him.
Doring's good. Eric Young just turned into like a promo machine overnight. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Where's this
Like
come from?
Like Doran gives me like some I could get some Stan Hansen vibes out of him, you know? I like
Oh yeah.
Well, Doring's been, but I'm back by the way. But he was the Triple Crown champion a couple of times. So that's maybe where you're getting this. Well, again, just
it's always
the
the look.
Hansen.
It's a height. He's a cowboy. Listen, one thing I've learned, and I'm plugging another podcast I do, YouTube Roulette. We like I've watched some Hansen and Funk matches that have just freaking like just eclipsed anything I could ever imagine in my life in terms of what a stiff wrestling match should be. I mean, it's amazing. Stan Hansen he really is an all-time great. He really, really is.
That Hansen Kibashi match that you had
Yes.
on that. Oh, that was just all the fucking stars for that one.
Yes. Yep. Kibashi Joe too was one of the ones. Yeah. But like Hansen's tag team matches in Japan, him against Terry Funk. They're just Terry Funk's another one who I always thought Terry Funk was great, but I never really truly realized how great he was until I started YouTube Roulette and saw a lot of his matches. It's crazy. Really good.
He's Rory's favorite wrestler of all time.
I totally get why. I totally understand why.
There you go. Joe Doring was on the December 17th, 2005 edition of TNA Impact.
2005?
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to December 2000. Who'd he face?
No.
Rhino. Oh, sorry, you've only just started 2005. Apologies. I thought, for whatever reason, you were in January you were into 2006 now.
No,
we're in July. We're just about to hit July 2005.
Did you say he faced Rhino in 2005?
Yes.
He just recently faced Rhino sometime in the last year or two. That's crazy. Wow.
He turns up for that one in December 2005. He turns up again in September 2006.
Huh. And who's he faced there?
He's in a tag team match against Team 3D.
Oh, wow. Hope he fucking beats the shit out of Bully Ray.
But yeah, two-time Triple Crown champion, 4-time All Japan Tag Team champion, once with Keiji Muto.
Wow. Yeah, so I again, that's probably where I just see a lot of Hansen in him. I feel like he's one an Impact that they should do something with, because I think him and Alexander could have a freaking great feud. So
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was under a developmental contract for 9 months with the WWE.
Imagine fucking that up. Not him, WWE.
WWE fucking something up? Never.
Honestly, I had never watched Doreen until Modern Day Impact. I had never seen a match with him in it, so I'm gonna have to go back and check out some of that New Japan stuff.
In February 2016, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor and then underwent surgery to remove it on March the 4th.
Oh.
Wow.
So didn't even let a brain tumor finish him off.
So now why this match is going on? The match hasn't been bad, but now I'm looking up Joe Doring match. Sorry. Again, why couldn't they be in this tag? Like, I don't understand. Like, that would have Violent by Design in this tournament? Oh my God.
I mean, you would think even I don't know what Nick Chris Harris is in, but surely could you not have got a one night, given where it has taken place, instead
like
of
a one night
AMW reunion? You don't need to win. You maybe win one match. You don't need to get them out at night. You don't even need to go out at night one.
Well, I'm confused, Colin, what they're doing with James Storm, because he came back for a little while, and then he was all gone again. So I don't. It's like. And by the way, when's the last time we saw Melina?
Oh God, that's been a few weeks ago now. It was like right in the run up to the Royal Rumble, and then she appeared in the Royal Rumble. We've never seen her on NWA since.
That's what I'm saying. So what's happened to Melina at this point? I mean, she's clearly not here unless she's at the tapings the next few days.
What's Stingy? What's Low-Key doing with himself? Or Elix Skipper? What's Elix Skipper doing? Surely him and Daniels could have had a one night reunion.
Yeah, what about wait? What's Kid Romeo doing? They couldn't have reunited the former WCW Junior Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions.
Right, let's.
Yeah, Skipper. I mean, Skipper might have had to work the night shift at his restaurant. So, I mean, you guys think that's funny? I'm not joking.
Prime time, baby.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot. If you could bring back Mike Knox, I can think about 30 other guys that could bring back that I'd probably pop bigger for, you know? By the way, why did they just do – I probably would have popped big for a Snitsky Knox team.
Oh,
that was excellent. That was excellent. Snitsky and Knox would have been a hell of a tag team.
Nope.
the baby punters.
Oh, geez. Oh, good Lord. See, that was Ben, not me that time.
Oh, Dangle's.
I'm learning.
What is this? Great Canadian Wrestling. AJ Styles and Joe Doring versus Michael Elgin and Derek Wilde. Wow.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, man. YouTube is just. You think the network is great? The freaking YouTube is amazing.
You should do a thingy. You should do a podcast about that.
Oh, well, well, we do have a podcast about it. I might have something else coming up, too, as a solo project I'm doing coming soon that has to do with YouTube, too.
Oh.
So. Sneak peek there.
Have you done the old Stream Lounge gimmick, Sean?
Okay, so I have tried. I cannot get it to work for me. I've tried to log on. I can't. It always, like, jumps around. I just can't. And I just can't get it to work.
That's vicious.
Yeah, that was amazing. I just can't get it to work ever.
Because they've just started. I only ask because I've noticed that you can do, YouTube's now one of them. So I think you could do.
Oh, you do
YouTube.
like live watches on there?
You could do YouTube roulette on that, and it means that. It means you would be able.
Jay Driller.
It means that you would be able to see the match that obviously you're watching.
You know, that's not a bad. By the way, I said earlier while you were gone for a little bit, Colin, I'm not a big fan of the Briscoes. What I am a big fan of is the frog splash elbow. I do like that a lot. That might be up there with the Macho Man elbow for me, actually. That elbow. I know that's saying a lot, but that looks really impressive when he does it. It's a good match, actually.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Very good. All right, so our Briscoes Cardonas have come to light, my friends.
Great.
I got to tell you, if we know the Briscoes are going to face FTR, if Briscoes are facing FTR, they better not have them lose to the Cardonas. I think they can't do that. They can't. I guess they could, but
I was going to say, don't give them ideas.
Now I missed it. Did the Briscoes come out with the ROH tag titles?
No, they did not. No, they have not brought them out in either match tonight. I think Khan gave them a cease and desist. They didn't even bring up on the show that they were the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions when they came out. The title on that man is such a freaking disgrace. That beautiful classic red TV title on that piece of shit. Sorry. I have a hard time deciding who I dislike more, Tyrus or Trevor Murdoch.
Tyrus, surely.
Oh, Tyrus.
Trevor, you know what? Trevor, to be fair, Trevor Murdoch, I would be okay if he were in a tag team. And I'm not going to make another bad joke about it, but I do. I think he's more of a tag team guy. He's not a singles guy, and I think he'd be perfectly fine.
One's on Fox News, the other one wishes he was, so I'll go with the one who is on.
The thing about Trevor Murdoch is, see, since he's come back, none of his matches have actually been that bad. The match
they have not.
The match he had, the trilogy he had with Aldis were, good as a minimum. I thought the one they had at NWA 73 was very good.
It was, but he's not a world champion.
Yes, I understand that, but you're looking at this through the old school NWA lens. You've got the NWA isn't where it used to be. Is he going to sell tickets to the masses? No. But was he the right champion? Look at the reaction he got when he won. Is he the right champion to have at that point in time, even for the short term that it was? I would argue, yes, it was worth a shot. He was never going to have a 1,000-day reign like Aldis has. But do you want to do it to pop a crowd that's been following you for the best part of 2 years whilst you've had nothing on and you've been doing shows without a crowd? Yes.
Here he is.
See, this is the downside of not being able to hear the volume, because I'm not going to be able to hear him say get him," or any of those others. What's he going to do now, Tony? I hope I would pop big time. If he calls Tim Storm Tony, I'm going to lose my shit.
I wonder what his response to be was. What's your thoughts on the show so far, David? Oh, I like it.
That's the like, I really want to hear what he has to say. I guess I'll go back and rewatch it after the fact. That way I can enjoy it. Like, if he does one of his little stroke out moments, that'll make my whole night.
I'm just disappointed they couldn't get the blue jacket for him.
Well, I would, man. How great would it be if they could add him to their permanent commentary table? That would be awesome. I would love that. All right, what are we getting next?
La Rebellion.
Versus
No,
Hawks.
I think they'll close out with that one. So I think we're getting Gold Rush and Smith and Williams again.
Yeah, because I think the Law Rebellion match will probably Nope.
No, I'm behind.
Oh no, his dad's not out. I called it earlier.
No.
I called it. Are we gonna get a bye here?
No,
I think we're probably gonna get a handicap match.
Oh my God, La Rebellion's gonna smoke the shit out of him. Oh boy. You know what? This could be a star-making thing for him too, though, if they do it right. Yeah.
I was just about to say that. This could be a coming out party for him.
Him and Colby have been two of my. I've been very, very pleased with how I've seen both of them evolve, because they're very similar, right? Very similar style, very same age. By the way, Colby Carino got married this weekend in Nashville. He posted it on his Twitter today.
Congratulations to Colby Carino and the new Mrs. Carino.
Yeah,
very good.
Did you see the story about him before Hard Times? I need to have, because it was Hard Times not the night that or the night after he faced Steve in like his 20-year anniversary, Colby's 20-year anniversary, because it was on his 20th birthday, and he was like, as a teenager, he was like a heroin addict and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, he was a big drug, big drug addict, It
was heartbreaking, but he's obviously like, fair play to him because he's completely turned his life around now. So well done that man.
He's my favorite to take the junior heavyweight title, but just because he's my favorite, that means he won't win it. I think they're going to give it to that. I actually think they're going to give it to that Darius guy, who I've never seen wrestle a day in my life. So,
well, just don't give it to Austin Aries. Be quite happy.
Well, Dr. G and Scott predicted Austin Aries was probably going to take it. So. He is a name value guy, and you can tell that Billy likes to name value guys, even though probably name value for the wrong reasons on Aries. But I can't believe he's going to go solo in this. Man, I do hope they give him a star-making performance. That would be great.
I think they could.
Didn't realize how tall he's I never realized how tall he was.
He's quite tall and rangy, isn't he?
You should get the Stiffmeister.
Although I am
his partner.
I was going to say I am going to be calling him Jason Biggs like forever and a day when I see him now.
They should get Stifler as his tag team partner. That'd be awesome. Hey, Shipwreck.
Nadia's the manager.
So, because it's been going on for so long, did he fate? Was he in the junior heavyweight tournament, Callum?
PJ.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He faced Luke Hawks. They had a father and son
Oh
match
yeah,
in
he
the
faced
first
his
round.
father. Yeah, but he beat his father, didn't
I think so.
he? His father's not a cruiserweight or junior heavyweight. How did he get in that tournament?
Lackadaisical rules.
But hey, the other thing is, why is Kerry and Ricky Morton not in this tournament?
But even having the Rock and Roll Express in it, because this is their retirement run. This is their retirement tour because Ricky is now wanting to team with Kerry.
And they were in the last Crockett Cup as well in 2019. The Rock and Roll Express were in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at minimal, Kerry and Ricky have been on their TV shows for the last 4 months. And they were both on NWA USA. So I'm shocked they weren't even in this tournament. I wonder what's up with that.
Ricky Morton main evented NWA USA the other week with Austin Aries.
That's my point. Yeah. So how has him and his son not in this? Maybe they have another show they're doing tonight. I don't know.
There's a lot of that going around.
There is. But you're right. Your world champion should at least show up. Like I totally understand that. But you know what? I could see Cardona playing into that a little bit and saying, I was busy. Like that's kind of his gimmick, right? So I could see how it could play into that a little bit if they did it right.
He'll just heal it up tomorrow, won't he?
No, yeah. I want William Patrick to come out. The fairground screw job. Get him.
I'm really torn. I'm really torn about tomorrow night. You know how I feel about Nick Aldis. I feel like if he wins tomorrow night, that means that it's not going to be short term because they would not have the Cardonas going as far as they are if the Cardona thing is a short term thing. You know what I mean?
No, I think he holds it. Oh, excuse me. I think he holds it until at least NWA 74.
Do you think Aldis ever gets it back?
I think he'll get it back eventually. Might not necessarily get it back this year, but I think he gets it back eventually.
So what's the next pay-per-view after this one? Hard Times?
There'll be one in the summer, I think.
What one would they do in summer? Hard Times, and then they would do. Last year they did the NWA 70. Wasn't the NWA 73 show in August?
NWA 70, yes, was the start of August or the end of September. The start of September? No, start of August.
End of August.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was because they had. We did 3 weeks worth, didn't we? Because we had SummerSlam, and then the week after that was NWA 73 and Empower, and then the week after that was All Out.
So what was the pay-per-view after that?
Pay-per-view. So you had Back for the Attack this time last year, and then you had When the Shadows Fall.
I was going to say, there's one called When the Shadows Fall, isn't there?
When did that one air?
That was June. What did they say?
All right, so they did one in June, and then he did one in August.
And then Hard Times was December.
Hard Times is December, so okay. So the next NWA the anniversary show would be August.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Ben, that's a yawn.
Did you catch that?
Oh, bad things happen when Ben starts to yawn on a live watch.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, it is late over there.
Yeah, 10 past 2.
He's putting up a pretty good fight in this.
Yes.
I was at work at 5:30 this morning. I've got an excuse. Or yesterday morning as it is now.
I had to I've asked for originally Monday working from home, but I think I'm going to work in the office. But it's like 20 minutes away. I don't actually need to go to site on Monday. Oh, which is
nice
good.
Belly to belly.
Nice.
Might be able to do it tomorrow as well.
Now, Colin, you're not going to be on tomorrow night's Twitch stream, right?
I might be at least for the first. It might be at least for the first part.
Okay.
Because I've tried to get that. I've tried to. I'm working closer to home. I don't have the 5:30 alarm on Monday morning.
I might be, well, I know Scott and G will be on, so I might be on for part of tomorrow night, but I don't know if I'll be on for the whole thing. So
I was thinking back to I was setting everything up, and I was thinking I might not be able to do tomorrow, and I was trying to get everything set up that I could just click the button, and Scott and Dr. G could go live like I did for GCW, and I'm thinking, no, this is like I did for GCW, and I get really, really annoyed at that one guy who said, I'm out. We don't know much about what's going to happen. I'm out. I was like, I was so angry. I was like, why don't you stay and help, you fucker?
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
Know that much about it.
Yeah, that one comment was pretty. Yeah.
And I thought, I genuinely,
I thought
you
it
guys
was a
did.
good stream.
I thought you guys did an excellent job.
They did. Absolutely, they did.
Oh, it's
Can't please everyone. Oh,
go on, do it. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh,
that looked a little botched. Oh, like what?
Oh, what?
Didn't they win the last match with that move?
Mm-hmm.
And he just kicked out.
Although it would make sense. Didn't get all of it. If we want to.
He did not. He did not get all of it.
If we want to try and cover up for the botch that they had before.
Yeah, I told you they were going to make this. I had a feeling they were going to make this match for him. But unfortunately, it's about to eat shit again because they're going to do it again.
Yeah. That move is vicious.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that was worse than the first one.
It was because, oh, God. This is savage.
Because Bessia couldn't even, because he was on the ground first, he couldn't even help him down.
No, he was on the ground and then he just literally just dropped him on his knees. That was
Jesus.
savage. Wow. All right, so our quarterfinal things are starting to come to fruition, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess so. We're going to close it out with Williams and yeah, that's going to be our final. So I guess we're going to get the semifinals, finals, and the title matches tomorrow night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's 10:13, so the next match will probably get them about normal pay-per-view time.
That would be 2.5 hours.
Yeah, right at 2.5.
It's all right.
He's got to be hurt, man.
Oh,
I didn't get to hear David Crockett during that whole thing.
I hope they have David Crockett back out tomorrow.
I hope he's out for the whole show. Definitely during the main event.
I was worried at some point that because it looked as if even like you go to the commentary, it looked as if there wasn't a very big crowd on. But I think they've just been going to the commentary at really bad times where it's looked empty because it do look as if they've got a decent sized crowd on.
It's sold out. Yeah, it's sold out. See, look at him. We're giving him a round of applause. So they purposely did that moment for him to give him that round of applause. It's good. That's kind of cool. He's definitely one of the homegrown ones they've done a nice job with.
Yeah. I'm gonna get I get shit on for this every time I see it, but Tim Storm is just as important to the NWA as Ric Flair and Harley Race and Lou Thesz.
Now wait, what?
No. I said not necessarily as big, but as important. Because
why is he as important?
He carried the NWA on his back when it was worthless. Right at the sort of the transition into the Corgan era.
As he was teaching school at the same time. No, the 10 Pounds of Gold series they did about him and the whole Aldis thing was really well done. Like he was traveling to all these places. Like it kind of, when you hear that he's as important as Flair, Race, and all them, that kind of takes you back a little bit. But I guess in some perspective, you're right.
See, there's always method to my madness, Sean.
I understand.
Like,
again, no shit takes on serious.
Like Ric Flair is not a good promo. Never said Ric Flair wasn't a good promo. I never said
boring costume note. Harry's changed his jacket.
There is a Flair promo and a Dusty promo that I think you'll like on the final episode we do before Crockett Cup.
Mm-hmm. I think my problem with it is I'm watching them all back to back to back to back to back.
As it is. And we said that because back in the day, it was spread out. Now that you're watching them like back to back to back to back, it's noticeable maybe how redundant it is in terms of what he says,
And
right?
I was listening to another podcast that they said that if you listen to Ric Flair promos from any time, he knows what he's going to say. So regardless of what the question is, he'll always rhyme off the first wee bit. So that's why you always get, so you've got this big match coming up with Dusty Rhodes at the Crockett Cup. Yeah! Fucked 10 women last night.
But that never gets old, though.
It doesn't.
So, Colin, on one of the episodes we're recording in a couple weeks, it's the day of the Crockett Cup, right? So obviously, what's Tyrus saying here?
He's not happy. I can tell that from his body language.
What happened to Austin Idol tonight? He's not here either. Like that's like a big part of his gimmick.
Oh, he's probably at Impact.
Oh, maybe. By the way, the little short guy looks like Gary Coleman reborn from Different Strokes, whatever his name is. I forget what his name is. That guy. The great value of
Black
Tyrus. I think Tyrus has just said you're doing it on your own because he's just gone straight back to the back.
Well, yeah, he's got to go to bed and rest up for his match tomorrow night.
Well, that big title match.
Watch that match be pretty great. That'll shock all of us. Robbie Mack's going to be awesome.
So what I was going to say, if he comes out with Teddy Long.
So what I was going to say in one of the episodes is it's the day of the Crockett Cup on the Saturday night show, and him and Dusty do a promo against each other that is amazing, where both of them talk that I don't do jobs in front of 70,000 people, and it just goes from there. It's like one of those bullshit. I'm not putting up with your bullshit kind of promos between the two that we always like, Colin. I think you'll like that one.
Oh, no doubt. As I say, I've got nothing against the promos. The promos in and of themselves are entertaining.
Yep.
It's when you watch 4 back to back, and it's shagging with a little bit of wrestling and put in at the end.
But that's why I try to spread them out. You notice I try to spread them out a lot because but I do like Dusty going, Ric Flair, I don't do jobs in front of 70,000 people either. So what do we got here is a problem. What are we going to do now? Where do we go from here? It's just a great promo. It's like I ain't taking a loss.
And there's your quote for the Twitch feed, by the way, that we all know sold, shagging with a bit of wrestling.
Yes, shagging with a big wrestling. That was very good, Colin. See, we all had a moment tonight of something that was,
We've been mostly serious, but you got to let your guard down every now and again.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, Rob Terry wasn't available either for the British Invasion reuniting.
I wish he was. What's Rob Terry doing with himself these days?
I'm okay with Harry Smith though. I mean, he's a good replacement for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Are you telling me that Rob Terry isn't better than Harry Smith?
No, he's not. Absolutely not. So I want to see a Chaos Theory into a Bulldog Power Slam. That would be like my ultimate dream combination for the finish of this.
They're going to give you that in the final.
Well, I missed the first Chaos Series, so I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it. I don't know, like, this is, like, for me, like, who did they beat in the first round again? The Golden Shower guys, or whatever their name is. Who did they beat?
They beat,
JTG and,
No.
JTG, yeah.
No, because they've just been beat by the Briscoes.
So who did they beat?
They beat
Mims and Pope.
Yes.
But I'd say it's Pope, wasn't it?
See, I would have thought Mims and Pope.
They beat Strictly Business.
Oh, so even worse. Imagine closing this pay-per-view with Strictly Business against them. That would have been a freaking great tag team match. So why on earth would they have Strictly Business lose to these guys? Does that make any, isn't it kind of a more redeemable thing to say you lost to Williams and Smith than you lost to these other two?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, I don't get the booking. I just don't get it.
Speaking of booking that you don't get, did you know that Rob Terry was a former NWA World Tag Team Champion?
I did know that. Wasn't it with Aldis or Williams?
No, this was as close back as 2017.
With who?
Kazushi Miyamoto.
That's the last name I expected to team with Rob Terry. So where's Rob Terry now?
Rob Terry has not wrestled since 2019.
Did he retire?
No, I just think he was last seen at Full Throttle Pro Wrestling Fight Club Untamed.
Oh God!
Where the Metro Brothers defeated Rob Terry and a name I can't pronounce for the FTPW.
Did you say the TP?
FTPW Tag Team
Okay.
Championships.
I thought you were saying the TP title. I'm like, okay. Oh, Williams.
You okay over there,
So
Sean?
good.
Huh?
You okay over there?
Why say that? I love me some Williams, man.
I was going to say, you very much sounded like you love you some Williams.
I was going to say, I'm getting Deanna Jordan vibes here.
No, listen, he's just one of my all-time favorites. I just love Doug Williams. His X Division run in TNA was one of my favorites, or Impact. Funny thing is, back then I thought Aldis and Terry were second rate to him, so it's interesting the dynamic, how I feel about Aldis now.
Oh, definitely at that time he was the main man there.
Mm.
At the first British invasion.
Oh, I want to see that Santa Claus guy out there getting a fight with little Gary Coleman. This match hasn't been bad either. Oh, he just fucking clocked the shit out of him.
Jeez.
That was great.
To be fair, most of the matches tonight have been pretty good. It's just been questionable booking. That's the only thing. Stop
I'm
it.
still. Oh no! Just clip the leg. I'm just stunned that Strictly Business lost in the first round. Stunned. They kind of booked them as shit, Cal. I mean, because if you think about it, yeah, Latimer has lost every single match for the most part since him and the Strictly Business broke up with Aldis. And freaking Adonis just lost his title to Crimson. And then they come in here and they job out to these two in the first round. Like, I just don't know what he's doing.
But Adonis barely scraped through his match with James Storm at NWA 73. I don't think he's not really been in many matches since then. And you can count on one hand the amount of wins that Strictly Business have had in the last 6 months.
But they've lost all of them.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It is bizarre.
It is bizarre. Bizarre!
Very apropos for who's in the ring just now.
Correct. I would think Kerry Smith could have a good he could have a good singles run too in the NWA if he wanted to.
He's a guy that has just been. He's always been get the short end of the straw everywhere he's been. Apart from
he just never gets anywhere and gets any sustainable run. Right? It's just weird.
Although I think he had a good run. He had a good run in New Japan. I think.
I know, but ever since he left the WWF, like WWE, when he was with Tyson, has he been consistently anywhere on a run ever since then? He was in MLW for a while, I think.
But he was Teddy Hart's babysitter for the most part on that in the MLW, you know.
Yeah. And by the way, the Von Erichs weren't available for this tag team match either. I'm not talking about the other Von Erichs. I'm talking about the ones in MLW, the Sons of Kevin.
The Von Erichs. When we spoke to Nikita Koloff, he said there was the new Koloffs. Where are they? Imagine them in the Crockett Cup.
I haven't seen them anywhere at all. Period. Like they're on my social media, but I don't see them anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of
just slide him a DM, Sean. Find out.
No, well, I would think there'd be like Nikita. Why wouldn't Nikita be here? He's a former Crockett Cup winner, right?
Well, you could have thingy. We're watching it just now. Nikita's teaming with Baron Von Raschke. Baron Von Raschke was on AEW looking great the other week. Get Nikita. I can't imagine that Nikita's out of shape.
Well, no, he looks in good shape, but I will tell you, as the real workhorse of the whole Russian faction was Ivan. Ivan was the workhorse in that faction for sure, even at an old age. Nelson Royal still. Oh no, Nelson Royal passed. What's Sam Houston doing? They couldn't get Sam Houston in this.
Come on. Get Sam Houston managed by Baby Doll one more time for old time's sake.
I would have gone all in on nostalgia for this. Like I would have had like anybody that was in the Crockett Cup. Like I would have had Sam Houston, Magnum TA, Ron Garvin. Like yeah, where's Ron Garvin? Ron Garvin could still go in that ring. I bet.
Oh, I think so. What's thingy? Where's Bart Gunn and Bob Holly? Get the Midnight Express in here.
I guess Garvin and Magnum TA couldn't tag team up now like they did in the first one now, right? For obvious reasons.
Fuck's sake, Sean.
Sean. Serious podcast, Sean.
Sorry. I mean, Garvin could have carried the team. I mean,
You could have had Garvin and Tessa Blanchard.
You know what? How about Tully and Tessa?
How about Garvin and Tully?
You can't tell me we couldn't get Arn and Tully in this tournament. That's his fantasy booking here. It's so ridiculous. This match has been very good, by the way.
Arn and his primitively surgically repaired neck. Possibly not.
I bet Tully could still go.
Oh, Tully, yes. He's had a match in AEW as well.
Yes.
You creamed your pants when he brought out the slingshot suplex.
I don't know. I'm going to say I think I enjoy Doug Williams suplexing motherfuckers way more than Taz. That would have been a great one back in the day, Taz versus Williams.
Oh.
Don't win with that.
Nice.
Yeah, as I say, don't win with that move. I need my chaos theory. Let's win this. Come on.
If you went to like NWA 73 Access, Sean, would you ask Doug Williams to give you a chaos theory?
If he could, yes.
I think he would probably give it a good go.
That sounded very dirty, by the way. Doug Williams would be a chaos theory.
Ooh, Doug, I'd really like it.
Doug, could you get my fat ass up in a chaos theory?
Do you see my friend over there, Doug?
Yeah, see him in the corner. He really wants a chaos theory.
I'm telling you, if NWA does a pay-per-view anywhere near where I live or some point, oh, no, don't win like that either. It's really good. This is really good, guys.
Yeah, this has been the best match the night.
I think this is probably one of the. Yeah, I think it's up there. I am excited. I do think the semifinal. I think we will get a. Besides the Cardonas, I think at least at minimal, a couple of our matches, tag team matches tomorrow night, have a lot of good promise in them. So
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to go wrong with the British Invasion, La Rebellion, and the Briscoes in some form or fashion.
No, I don't imagine.
Oh, what's he? Is he pop? Is this the pop? Oh, shit. That's the second one he's taken. That's the second one he's taken.
Here you go, Sean. Here you go. No.
He's done. That's it.
Just teasing you now, Sean.
Dan. Why are they making this team look like they're just? I don't get this booking at all. Is Tyrus that big of a deal where they got to make Tyrus's faction like the king shit?
Well, I don't know. They're scraping by. Like it's not as if they're kicking out everything. They're just.
Oh wait, here it comes. Oh, please. Oh yes, here it is.
You okay, Sean?
No.
Are you okay
No,
there?
damn it. No, I thought I was going to get my chaos theory there, and he didn't.
Sean's making it sound like he's doing. Sean's making it sound like he's doing a charity appeal, isn't he?
oh, that's an awesome submission right there. He just did.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
I'll accept that.
Oh,
that's
it's like a cattle mutilation type.
Yeah, that was really good. A cattle mutilation and a hammerlock. That was really good. This team's really good, guys.
It is.
Give them the belts. Let's just give it to them.
So what's that? We get British Invasion and Lara Bellion tomorrow.
So
That will be a banger, as the kids
that will
say.
be a banger. That will definitely be a banger for sure. So that's one to look forward to tomorrow night.
Come to daddy with that one.
Calm down,
I don't know.
boys. Just...
I might have to change my shorts on that match tomorrow night.
Oh.
It's just- well, wait. Sorry. Serious. I apologize. You know what? I don't have a problem saying that because that's gonna be a fucking great match.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah. So again, I don't understand why they booked these guys to be strictly business if they're just going to be beaten. I mean, they wouldn't have lost anything losing the first round. I don't know. Oh, David Crockett's been out there the whole time, so I'm going to go back to his commentary.
And the whole reason Doug Williams was brought in was to go against Strictly Business with Aldis. So why do you not play up Strictly Business and Doug Williams on the same side of the draw?
Yeah, and again, if they're going to go that route with Strictly Business reuniting and maybe go against the Cardonas, like I said, why would you have them lose to that freaking? But again, this is Billy though. Billy books like this. It's just I don't know.
Very strange.
He books it so bad he gave Pat Kenny a stroke. So.
Oh God's sake! Stop it!
Did I say anything wrong in that? It happened.
I like how you have to qualify that with "in that."
and we wish nothing but the best for Irish Pat. So nothing but the best.
Simon Diamond, come on.
It's Irish Pat Kenny.
Everyone's still there. Are we getting?
I was going to say something else must be happening
Are
here.
we getting something else here?
Oh, don't tell me. How are you getting something else? David Crockett just seems very low key. I need like energetic stroke out David Crockett.
But he does look happy to be there.
No,
looks like he's having a great time.
Yeah, I think they're going to go off the air here. I think tomorrow night should be great. I mean, I'm glad where we're at least in the semi. Oh no, what are we doing here? Mean Gene Kyle. Who's he bringing out?
William Patrick.
Oh, La Rebellion.
Oh. I much prefer Kyle Davis than that Carney Marquez.
Oh yeah. Sean Mooney though would be nice to have him.
Oh,
bring back.
Sean Mooney was good. Yeah.
Can someone turn this up? I don't know. I want to know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Good God, the one guy without his makeup on looks like he's one of the young bucks from the side.
I was literally going to say that.
He does.
It's like a young. It's a young buck mixed with Jungle Boy.
See, that's. Okay, number one. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, they're the number one seed, so that makes sense.
So, guys, what do we like best? The older Rock and Roll Express 85 belts or the Tully and Arn belts?
Oh, the Tully and Arn.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a big fan of the Tully and Arn belts.
The only thing missing from the Tully and Arm belt is the fact that the strap's not blue. Strap's got to be blue.
The one I have is blue.
Yeah.
In my house. Yeah, I have the blue one. I do not have one of the old ones. I was never a big fan of those belts, honestly. I like the other one much better.
They're bigging up PJ here.
What are you saying, Colin? I still can't hear him. What's he saying?
So Bestia spoke in Spanish.
Okay.
And Mecha Wolf is now saying that they're number one. They're going to be the next Crockett Cup champions. They may have underestimated PJ Hawks, and then stopped for a small reaction from the crowd. So they're obviously, as you said, Sean, they're obviously bigging up PJ here.
That's good.
But who was the one that got their hand raised twice? It's them.
Okay. So either I feel like them against the Briscoes could be. I do hope the Briscoes beat Because no matter who wins the La Rebellion, British Invasion, as long as the Briscoes win, we're guaranteed a great freaking final too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Cardonas are really the cheek in the fucking armor.
They're very much the fourth team.
They really are, and that worries me. I don't know, man. I hope they don't beat the Briscoes. I can't in my head think that the Briscoes would. I just doesn't make sense to me. But it is Billy Corgan. Heard that loud and clear.
Yes.
Wasn't Homicide their manager at one point?
I don't. He teamed with him at one point. If you remember, Conan came out with him at NWA.
Oh, that's right. It's Conan. That's right. Oh, look at here.
Oh, Billy seems to have,
It's good that he's changed. I mean, it's good to see that he's gotten even more dressed up, adding that whatever fucking hat he's wearing. Like, the guy can't even wear his own company's merch. You know what I mean? It's like, really?
So Mecha Wolf has appeared. He in December 2014 wrestled Bull Dempsey on NXT. In July
Bull
5th,
Bull Dempsey.
yeah.
Wow.
There's a name we haven't heard for a while.
In July 15, he lost in 5 seconds to Baron Corbin. He then was part of an 8-man tag that lost to Enzo Amore, Big Cass, and the Hype Brothers. And
So who was he in NXT? What was his name?
Mr. 450.
I don't remember him.
He was only there for like the occasional appearance. He wasn't signed or anything. He just turned up, and he was named as one of the alternates in the Cruiserweight Classic, but never actually made it because nobody pulled out.
Wow. You know what else is interesting here? Not anybody's really left yet. Like, I guess maybe they're waiting to see if something else happens. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the show tonight, guys. I thought there were some good matches, solid match. I didn't hate it at all. There was nothing like overly offensive or bad at all, I thought.
No.
And for sure, it was all tag matches. There was nothing that was overly repetitive. Because one of the things, like,
but I do expect tomorrow night to be the better night for sure, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it should be on a 2-night show.
It should be. But you know what? If you go back to it's not the same Crockett Cup, but Crockett Cup 86. I mean, the teams they have in that tournament just come out of your freaking ears, and so it's not the same as it is today. The teams aren't as well known, but those of you that watch it, you know who they are. You can appreciate it. And then Ben, obviously, you're watching for a fresh set of eyes, so it's probably hitting you a little different. So maybe I don't know.
Well, but like I said, I've enjoyed it. I mean, I know I did that big yawn earlier on, but it's the 2.5 hours have absolutely flown.
And like I said, the tag team matches weren't bad at all.
I can see where you guys are coming from with like the booking decisions. Like I totally get that, but I apart from the Blue Meanie match, I have enjoyed every match on the show.
See, I know I enjoyed the show because I forgot about the Blue Meanie match at this point. So that means I enjoyed it. No, that's a good statement because I totally forgot about it. So that means I enjoyed it. So,
but and it's thinking about like we're talking about Great American Bash '92. All those, the few times I've actually watched it, a criticism you could have of it is that all the matches follow the same formula.
I have never made it through that pay-per-view ever full because it's just so boring to me.
All the matches follow the same basic formula. We had however many matches on here, so what's that? 7 more than 7 matches tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They were all different enough. In fact, so we watched 10 matches tonight. Sorry, and Sean, if you watched the pre-show, you've watched 13.
Yeah, I did watch the pre-show.
But they're all different in their own way. So I think it's been...
nothing's outstayed its welcome either.
No.
This is the longest I've seen Corrigan appear on TV on his own fucking promotion. What's he saying? Is anything of value?
No.
No.
They're just
Probably
doing a show recap.
Tune in tomorrow night where we'll have a special concert by the Smashing Pumpkins. By the way, why hasn't he been able to pull that off yet?
You got to think the crowd have been promised like a dark post match or something. 'Cause like Sean said, they haven't moved yet, and this is clearly wrapping up.
Unless they're doing something they'll be taping something for a power.
Oh, they do that sometimes where they tape stuff for the TV show.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad take there. So, wait, isn't Nashville also an hour? Actually, Nashville is an hour behind East Coast time, so they're actually at 9:45, 42 there.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
Yeah, so they probably could tape another hour of TV if they really wanted to, which they might. They might.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they manage to tape an hour of TV in between all the stuff that hasn't happened yet. But I guess if they're going to give away the graphic on the pre-show of who won the play-in match, I guess they could do anything at that point.
But what they could do, because I don't know how in order they do it, you could just fire out a few matches and then do all the promos tomorrow or in the next couple of days and then piece it all together properly.
And this little punky Brewster girl with her cat ears on in the background is kind of annoying.
Our Natalia cosplay is doing nothing for me.
Yeah. Her little cat head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is, to be honest, guys, I just turned it up. This is just proper film. They've reviewed tonight. Now they're previewing tomorrow.
Well, one thing I've learned is William Corrigan should never be interviewed and should never be on commentary. That's what I've learned.
Okay.
Yeah. Although he is smiling quite a bit. This is the most I've seen him smile on any time he's ever appeared on any of their shows. I don't get the hat or the look. I don't get the look he's going for though. Like it's weird.
Well, what I must say is he could be very, very happy with what they've put out tonight. Because the one thing, strange booking decisions aside, the one thing you can almost always be guaranteed if you buy an NWA pay-per-view is you will get value for money. Because
a full year for $49 is a steal. I mean, you just can't beat.
A full year for $49, but even if you bought this separately, like at some points it was only $12.99 over here. I think it's gone up to about $14.99.
49.
Yeah. So what's that? It's just £7 $7 for one night for one pay-per-view each. It's not bad.
It's not at all.
And there was nothing. You would say that all you need at that point, and using Ben's sort of viewpoint of looking at things, for £7, all you really need, or $7, all you really need is for one match to be good, and you've got value for money. Like Ben's outlook on the AEW shows now.
So, what was your match of the night? Like, what was your favorite match of the whole thing?
I'd either go the main event or the opening match. I was really impressed with the end.
By the way,
sorry to interrupt, Sean. Out of every team I've seen, like of all the newbies that I've seen, the end were the ones that have impressed me the most, if I'm being honest.
The other thing I didn't bring up a bit, and it's funny you say that. And Colin, I don't know if you notice it, every time the end is on TV, they typically job too.
Yeah, which I find absolutely astonishing.
Yeah. So Ben, they job a lot. Like we talk about how Billy books, the end is one of those teams that literally loses almost every match. So
Mm.
I think the crowd have just been told they're going home because everybody's getting the coats on now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's the first time that we watched the end on Back for the Attack, I've thought these guys earn money. These guys have got champion written all over them.
Mm-hmm. And they do. I mean, they should be, but again, I just don't understand. Again, it's just the booking bugs me so much.
Well, they just to me, just out of everybody I've seen so far, they're the team they've just got the best. They've got the best look. They actually look the part. Like you said about Doug Williams and Harry Smith, they look like a tag team.
Well, and Odin's son in general just looks like a freaking beast, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Pero, who is just a freaking big monster. So it just makes sense. It's just
Paro is a big monster. But as you said earlier on, you've got everything else that goes with Paro. You could have this guy as being like. You could market Paro as being like they do with Sonya in the WWE. It's a big thing for the LGBT community. But this guy is also like at the top of his game, and he's he could kick your ass.
Oh, hey, by the way, I just realized this is also the Fairgrounds is where Cody lost the title back to Nick Aldis at NWA 70, so they had that here too. So here's what's funny. So as I went back, I'm looking back at the NWA 70 show. So that was the first NWA show I actually bought. So Nick Aldis beat Cody in 2 out of 3 falls. The undercard was Willie Mack of TNA Impact fame defeating Sam Shaw, who is who in NXT?
Oh,
Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, so Willie Mack beat Dexter Lumis in the finals for the vacant NWA national title. He beat Lumis. NWA World's Champion Jazz beat Penelope Ford in that pay-per-view. Man, it'd be really interesting to go back and watch that pay-per-view now. I still have it on my Fight, by the way. So I should go back and watch that.
By the way, can we just not undersell these chair fillers behind them? You've just sort of... they're either chair fillers or Smashing Pumpkin super fans.
This guy behind looks like a Smashing Pumpkin super fan.
Look at that guy. Billy, I'm really a big fan. Could you be my friend? That kind of face on him. Hey, look, Jay White's sitting right behind him. Look at that guy's face. He's like in love with Billy. He's like totally in love with him.
He's doing that thing, isn't he? Like, stay cool. Billy's right there. Stay cool.
I know exactly how that guy feels. I went to a meet and greet with Roddy Piper, and he was talking to me, and I froze, and I was looking like that guy.
That guy's killing me, man. I'm dying over here.
I got the classic hot rod t-shirt, the white one with hot rod on it. Wanted to get him to sign it. Still at my mum and dad's.
Look at that guy behind him trying to show his man meat NWA 70 shirt.
I've been here from the start.
That guy's smile is killing me. I just can't get over it. He looks like a serial killer. So Cody. So here's what's interesting. So Cody won the NWA title at the All In pay-per-view. Did you guys see the first All In show?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what led to AEW, right? So, but following All In, how Nick Aldis got his rematch, he defeated Doug Williams to earn the right to challenge for it again. I got to find that match. Aldis versus Williams for that.
That'll be on YouTube somewhere, I imagine.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Let's see. There's an 8-man tournament to crown a new national heavyweight champion that had Jay Bradley, who is one of the fixers, Colt Cabana, Sammy Guevara, Pero, Scorpio Sky, oh my God, and Ricky Starks.
Wow.
Think about the names. Think the names that are in that tournament that we had no idea who they were back then and who they are now. Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky were in that tournament on the 70th anniversary show. And Ricky Starks.
Scorpio Sky, and I bet you Tim was there by Sammy's side before anybody cared about him. And look at what he did to him.
So Jay Bradley is the skinny fixer, by the way. I think that's his name, Bradley, right?
Yes.
So Colt Cabana, Sammy Guevara, Pero was in that tournament. Scorpio Sky, Dexter Lumis, Ricky Starks, and Willie Mack. That's, if you look at that from being the NWA 70 show and you look at current day wrestling, that's pretty impressive to think about that they had that back then. I have to go back and watch that now. Oh, so here's the results from that show. James Ellsworth defeated Kareem Brigante.
Jesus.
Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth, that's somebody I've not thought about in a way.
So the 4-way elimination match for the NWA National Heavyweight semifinal, Sam Shaw defeated Cabana, Guevara, and Scorpio Sky. He beat all of them in a 4-way. Barrett Brown defeated Laredo Kid. Willie Mack defeated Jay Bradley, Perro, and Ricky Starks in the other semifinal for the NWA title. Tim Storm defeated Peter Avalon. Jazz defeated Penelope Ford by submission. Willie Mack defeated Sam Shaw to win the national heavyweight title. Crimson and Jack Stain, who came out with Road Warrior Animal, defeated the Kingdom of Josephus, who were Crazy Steve and Shannon Moore.
Good Lord.
What?
Yeah. So the War Kings defeated the Kingdom of Josephus, Crazy Steve and Shannon Moore, and Nick Aldis with Camille defeated Cody 2-1. So I had to go back and watch that pay-per-view. I don't remember any of that except for the main event.
That national, is it a national championship tournament?
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Well, I'm trying to remember who beat Willie Mack when they came back on. Like, who beat... Oh, was it...
Colt Cabana.
Yeah, Colt Cabana beat him. And then who beat Colt Cabana? Cabana didn't hold it very long.
Was it? It was Aaron Stevens.
It was Aaron Stevens.
No.
Yeah.
James Storm held it when Power started. So it's gone from Cabana to James Storm at some point. Or through somebody else. Because James Storm was definitely champion when Power started.
I'm sorry. I'm now looking. I'm now looking at the background with David Crockett with that little rucksack. He's like trying to find somewhere to go.
Look how everybody it's totally empty with the one guy just sitting there.
He's quite clearly just waiting for Billy just to get an autograph. Isn't he?
You'll be happy to hear, Sean, that Trevor Murdoch is injured at the minute.
He is.
There you go, Sean.
Yes.
So what happened?
Don't know. They just said he's legit hurt. So he's obviously. I wonder if he's hurt himself at some point, either in the match with Cardona or
Maybe he'll retire.
it's not very nice.
If he had a tag team, I would take him at a tag. Who is this guy? Like, he looks like he wants to murder Billy. There's some creepy guys here tonight, man.
Yep.
Oh, look. Hey, look. You see who that is behind Billy now? That's one of the sniffling pod fuckers on the other NWA podcast column.
Oh, so it is.
Yes.
The ones that weren't the ones that weren't part of the 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah, the one that sounds like he's got a constant freaking cloggy nose when he speaks. So there's another NWA pod that does the same thing, kind of like the Saturday Special, Ben. Mm-hmm. And they have their YouTube show, and the NWA employs them. So,
oh God. Yeah,
so we always give them shit because their show is the absolute worst piece of garbage to listen to. It's really bad. Like, I can't stand it. It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's
not great. But the NWA put it on their YouTube page now as well. They do like the post shows on the Power post shows and all that sort of thing. It's
okay.
Yeah,
so here's the national title thing: Willie Mack, then to Colt Cabana, then to James Storm, back to Colt Cabana, then to Aaron Stevens, then to Trevor Murdoch, then to Adonis. Then it was vacated, then back to Adonis, and now Anthony Mayweather holds it. So Cabana got 2 runs. What are these guys doing? Like, this is weird, man. Like, what is he still babbling about?
I say they are still talking.
I wonder if they had. I wonder if they've done the anti-WCW. I wonder if they've gone short.
I was about to say this is anti-GCW. This is.
Yeah, this is them trying to fill 25 minutes.
But why? A good 2.5 to 2 hours 45 minutes would have been fine.
You've paid for 3 hours.
Well,
or even like you say, just tag one of those, not the semi-final, the final. Tag one of them other matches onto the end to fill the time up. The crowd were going to stay.
Oh, the crowd were ready to stay. I think that's why the crowd stayed, because it finished so early. They must have been expecting something else. They were expecting this to go at the top of the hour.
This guy, who is this guy?
I've no idea, but I would, if I was Billy Corgan.
He wants Billy to sign that T-shirt.
If I was Billy Corgan, I would be getting the biggest security guard you could find to escort you away from this gentleman.
Copyright's gone up.
All right, they just went off the air on my end. So
There we go. Yeah, so they were filling time to the top of the hour. Clearly.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that show overall, though.
As did I.
I had great fun, boys.
Yes, it's different being on a serious Twitch event. It's very different.
Thanks. What are you trying to say?
No. Normally we're having. Listen, it's kind of like our podcast. Normally we're on having fun, goofing around, and just talking shit. This is like a little different, you know. It's weird. It's kind of like Crockett Roll's the only serious pod I do, and everything else is just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and just be an idiot, you know. So.
Well, I think the National Wrestling Alliance, you know, just naturally brings some decorum to the proceedings.
Well, I also have a lot of part of that's who I am because I love the NWA. So it's kind of like my childhood thing. So I think about it. I'm like, oh, can I really be an asshole on this? I really could. I could, and I did a couple times tonight. But you know, it's not as fun as making fun of the big machine, the WWE. I mean, I got to admit,
exactly.
It's not nearly as fun. It just isn't. It's a big fun of it. So.
Well, again, but we didn't feel like we were getting ripped off or our intelligence was being insulted, apart from some of the booking tonight.
No, that's just my biggest problem with the NWA overall is their booking. Like the weekly TV shows, their pay-per-views. Like even Ben brought it up. He talked about the end, who should be really good, and then you have Strictly Business. And these are two teams that lose a lot. And I just it's the biggest problem with it. So Ben, I mean, that's why you can see it. You know exactly what we're talking about. You hardly even watch the NWA. So, but anyway,
no. You can see now why. Now again, you can see why they had Hawks Airy go over, right? So you could get the moment with PJ,
and that was great. That was good booking. Yeah. That was good booking.
But if it was me that was booking, and you've got somebody like Ben who's tuning into the NWA to watch it for the first time in earnest, and he's put down his money for it, and you put the first team you see come out as the end, and you're thinking, these guys, their money, these are the guys you want to watch. Don't have them lose. Have Hawks Airy beat somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
rejig the bracket to make sure you still get that moment, but you get your guys, the guys that you see. Unless Billy Corgan sees something different to I do, and he doesn't think that they end their money, but have your main guys go out first. These guys look impressive. Have an impressive one over great value Varsity Blondes, and then have the Hawks Airy moment later on. Have them beat Strictly Business. That would possibly make sense. You get a fluke one, then beating Strictly Business if you don't want Strictly Business to go through.
Like I say, you could tell the underdog story. That's great, but don't do it at the expense of the team that to me, watching it as a new fan, they've got the look, they've got the bodies, and they've got the double team moves that every great tag team should have.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, there was plenty of opportunities to rejig this bracket, especially if you knew that Steven's partner wasn't going to be there. You could quite easily move things around and make things better and do stuff. But like I say, it was a let's just ignore that last bit of filler at the end. It was a very, very enjoyable 2.5 hour show. It just was some questionable booking decisions going on.
Yep. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. So
yes,
look forward to that.
Yeah. So that is indeed, Sean. This does not finish the NWA content for this weekend. Oh no. We've already had the NWA Saturday Special this morning previewing. We've now just previewing this weekend. We've just now covered the night one of if you like tag team wrestling, this is the place to be. And we've got it again tomorrow. So we've got 6 championship matches. We've got the semi-finals and the final of the Crockett Cup to look forward to. Yeah, so it should be another good night, hopefully. So if you put your money on it, first of all, Ben, who would you be having? Who is your Crockett Cup winner for this time tomorrow?
I'm not just saying it because they're my fellow countrymen, but I'm going to go British Invasion, and I'm going to use my fantasy dream book in that FTR are somehow going to get involved in it to cost the Briscoes in the final.
Bold double prediction there from Ben. Sean, predictions for tomorrow?
Ultimately, what I would love to see is the British Invasion versus the Briscoes in the finals. I do think the British Invasion will get to the finals because I think they'll beat La Rebellion. What I'm not sure of, I'm on the fence on whether it's going to be against the Briscoes or the Cardonas. I'm hoping for the sake of us and the sake of probably having just a freaking banger of a final. I'm gonna hope it's Briscoes versus the British Invasion. That's what I'm going with.
Because they could have the cake and eat it by saying, well, the British Invasion beat La Rebellion, and then
Correct.
and then have the other team on the other side of the bracket win the whole thing, and they get. So you got two teams who've got a title shot coming.
I do think, though. So here's what I think. If the Cardonas get to the finals against the British Invasion, I think the Cardonas will win. If the Briscoes get to the finals against the British Invasion, I think the British Invasion wins. I think either way, the Briscoes aren't walking out winning this.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I can almost put a guarantee on, as I don't think that the Briscoes will win.
And by the way, they lost in the finals of the Crockett Cup 2019 too, so that would be kind of interesting. So,
what about the continuity? I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my head is saying, my heart is saying the British Invasion are going to win, but my head is unfortunately saying the Cardonas are probably going to win, because
if Chelsea,
reign of terror.
so the first match we'll see tomorrow before the finals or the world title match, I guarantee it'll be the women's match. If Chelsea Green beats Camille tomorrow night, it's going to be a clean sweep for the Cardonas tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be Evolution at Armageddon all over again, isn't it? Let's be honest.
So the Chelsea Green, the women's title match is going to tell the story of how it'll play out. That's my gut. So
I think they would be. I think if Chelsea wins the belt, that's cutting their nose off to spite their face, because this is not the time to take the belt off Camille. But
it is not.
That will be a discussion for tomorrow. Hopefully that we won't have, to be fair.
Yep.
But that will be a discussion for tomorrow.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, it'll be a good show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much, gents, for spending the evening and wee hours of the morning for myself and Ben. It's been another great NWA pay-per-view live watch. Hope everyone out there who's watched along with us has enjoyed it. And just same time tomorrow. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So join us tomorrow from roughly the same time. I would say we'll probably go live at about 7:15 Eastern time, or 12:15 GMT, if you wish to base your time zones off of that, for night 2 of the 2022 NWA Crockett Cup. See you then.